800-880-6363. Details on example rate at selectquote.com.
When you switch to Progressive, you could save bundling your home and auto. Then you could put that money towards some of the surprisingly more expensive things in life.
Attention passengers, we've reached 10,000 feet and internet is now available for purchase.
I just paid hundreds for this flight, and you can't even throw in internet? I'll just take the free pretzels.
Sorry, but I do have snack boxes for sale.
I'm just gonna sleep.
In that case, we are selling pillows and blankets as well.
I'll just breathe. That's free, right?
Life costs a lot, so bundle and you could save with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Shop the Sherwin-Williams 4-day super sale and get 40% off paints and stains June 6th through the 9th. With prices starting at $29.39, it's the perfect time to transform your space with color. Whether you're looking to revamp your interior or exterior, we have you covered with bold hues, soothing neutrals, and everything in between. Shop the sale online or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only, some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend bets against your team, end the friendship. Or choose chill because you're drinking Coors Light with your buddy. Coors Light, choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Today, we are shaping tomorrow.
We are researching how extreme stress impacts the immune system, from trauma victims to athletes and even astronauts.
Our work is leading the way in sepsis treatment, saving countless lives.
We're unlocking the mind with music in exciting new ways.
Our Lady of the Lake Health and LSU are improving the health of our state and beyond.
That's the impact of champions.
Imagine the impact we'll have on the future. Together, we roar.
Insurance companies have teams of professionals to fight your claim. If you want to know what your case is really worth, I'm Spencer Callahan. I'd like to help.
Spencer Callahan is the one to see. Call 387-2323.
LA filing number 16-7970.
WNXX Jackson, KNXX Donaldsonville, and WDGL HD2 Baton Rouge. This hour brought to you by Spencer Callahan Injury Lawyers. LA 21-12681. Offices in Baton Rouge.
Good morning. It's 7 a.m. here on Friday, June 6th. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect sunny skies with a high of 93 in hour one of today's show. We'll have Ben McDonald, LSU legend, hop on at 7:30. At 8:30, a baseball edition of our Pontoon parlay. And at 9:30, Saints quarterback coach Scott Tolzien joins the show. You can follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 104.5 ESPN channel. Hour number one of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
Let's go, baby, let's go!
From a championship backfield to your morning drive.
Hands to Hester, and Hester...
Yep, got it! 5 out of 5!
You're locked in to Off the Bench.
Flynn is back to throw! From the end zone, boom!
Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio, here's Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
Yo!
Yo!
Yo! Sports! Welcome in. OTB 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge here on this Friday morning. Weekend vibes already all over this place. Jake, Flynn, Alondra, Tay-Tay, we're all here. The gang's all here. Excited to talk sports. I mean, you yelled it.
Let's go. Day 5, buddy. Some said it couldn't be done.
A lot said.
Some said.
Like everybody.
Most said.
Yeah.
The haters gonna hate.
Yeah. And then next
lot
week's
of
not
haters
going to
out
be.
there.
A lot of haters.
Next
They
week's
said
not going to be 5.
Not good optics for you, but it's fine.
Well, I got 1 week. Next week, admittedly, we're going to have some tardiness. We're going to have some absences.
Oh, we're tardy now, too?
Okay, maybe not tardies. We are definitely going to have some absences. They're excused, though.
They are.
Part of the contract.
You did run them up the principal's office.
I did run them up the old flagpole. But 5 days, some said it couldn't be done. Some said it was one of the greatest upsets in sports history was me showing up 5 days, not even on time, early.
Yeah, you have been super
early.
Yeah.
I don't think I've walked in, put a foot in this building later than 6:29.
How has it been? So you're a week in. You've never done 5 straight days. Have you ever done 2 straight days? Maybe.
No,
I don't think so.
I've never come in before 8 a.m. prior to like at any point.
You did once for me. You did like when T-Bob was out one time. You did because I remember like you literally looked like you looked like you had a bender in Vegas and you just walked straight in here even though you had gone to sleep.
Obviously, and I wasn't on a bender, just not a morning guy, you know.
Yeah, I know.
But I've rewired myself completely. Some say that can't be done either. But I did it. It's
You
power
did
of
it
the mind.
at almost 40 years old.
Power of the mind, people.
I mean, we're what? Gosh, we're just like 2 weeks.
Yeah, I'm about to enter
2 weeks from today.
I'm about to enter the second third of my life. Time to rewire.
Second, third.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's the way you say that.
I'm going to live to be 120. With the way modern medicine's going these days.
Are you kidding me? Ain't no way I want to live to be 120.
What if it's super quality, though?
No. I mean, who's going to be super quality at 117?
You're saying you don't want to be doing the show for 80 more years?
No. Oh, God,
Me and you?
I mean, no.
Running stairs?
Running stairs.
on the break?
I can barely do that at 40, okay? And have the breath to come back here and talk.
Just saying. They are doing crazy things in medicine.
I get you. Look, I'll say you know better than I because you actually do come up with a formula to go into the body and better the body.
Yeah, drink my high.
.com.
It is surprising, like, how much my knees and Achilles are just not feeling great every day.
Yeah.
Some days they feel better than others. I've never even had any injuries. Like, people are always like, as soon as you get to 40, it's like a light switch comes on. Like, your stuff starts to hurt. I'm like, man, that's dumb. I take care of myself. I eat healthy. I stay crazy hydrated.
I don't know if you eat.
I eat.
Go in spurts.
I go in spurts of healthiness. Of course, we all have to live our life and enjoy it. What's the point if we're miserable all the time? Like, laundry's just, we got the juice cleanse going. Awesome. It's great.
That was terrible.
But it sucks,
I'm so
right?
glad it was over.
Like, you could do that in spurts. We can do it a little bit. I like to do keto diets.
You do.
But I only like to do it like once or twice a year. But it's like a good mental challenge. Makes me feel good. Right. Makes my gut feel good. I just respond well to it.
Yeah.
I don't want to live life like that.
No. It's America.
I want to have some good chocolate.
Yeah.
I want to have a French fry. I want to dad tax the heck out of my children.
Yeah. What's the number one dad tax? Mine's usually going to be some kind of like a shake. Or some dairy.
I usually go. I don't dad tax a lot of the sweets. I like very specific sweets. Like, I used to eat all the candy. I used to like everything. If I could get my sweet tooth fix on, I would. Like, the older I get, the worse it kind of makes me feel. So I kind of pick and choose. Like, I look at a dessert. I'm like, are you worth it? If you're not worth it, I'm not doing it because I just don't want to because I'm a man.
Are you worth it?
Are
you worth this?
But I like to dad tax like the French fries. So if we do like a Chick-fil-A or something like that, my kids don't like the crispy parts of things, which is arguably, maybe not arguably, objectively the best part of the nugget is like the little crispy parts. So they'll eat around it and they'll just drop all the crispy parts in their box.
Okay.
Leaving the crispy stuff.
See, I get all the turtleback fries because the kids don't like those. I love them.
Oh, I don't like those.
I don't like those either.
I hate the turtleback fries.
I love them.
So like my wife, Victoria loves the. I can't do it either.
Yeah.
I've never even thought about somebody liking those.
Oh, I love them.
No, I thought we all hated them.
Those are absolute trash.
It's like when you got like the end piece of the cornbread at school and it was hard on both sides. You didn't want that.
It's like there's no crisp to it. There's no like. It's the most undynamic bite you could have in a fast food establishment.
It's the best one if you're dipping it in something because it doesn't go through the holes.
You probably like the old steak fries, those potato wedges you used to get back in the day.
I hate steak fries.
They're the worst.
Tell me a fry.
What's the point?
Tell me a fry that's bad.
Well, I mean,
steak fries.
It's
better than no
fries.
fries.
Good.
It is better than no fry.
That's not about bad fries. It's like bad pizza. Like even the bad ones, you're still gonna eat it. You're still gonna eat it.
It's true. So I don't want to poo-poo all over all the fries, but if we had a fry tier list, steak fries are not even close to the second to last place. They are so far last.
That's actually not a bad tier list idea.
French fries?
I like that.
Or what about potatoes?
Potatoes, yeah, but there's so many different types of fries.
You
could strictly go.
You got
you're
shoestring,
right. You probably
crinkle cut,
could.
curly Q. I mean, there's
we could work
shoestring are underrated
seasoned.
fries.
Yeah. One thing though,
I agree with that.
Yeah.
You did say you didn't have any injuries earlier. It's kind of a lie.
Well,
because I remember you being so dramatic. going into the locker room, getting shot up against Arkansas, and like coming out like, like, dude, you're not even hurt. You got the fattest ankle braces I've ever seen on in my life.
Because he got big old ankles?
Dude, Alondra, they were gigantic. It looked like he had 2 casts on the bottom of his legs.
So when people exercise with like the ankle weights?
That's exactly what they look like.
The adversity I faced in that season from start to finish was just unheard of. Things like that you usually get books written about them. I had an ankle sprain.
I think we could
early on
put all our brains together and write a book.
Let's do it.
I think we could. And then turn it into your play.
Can it have
the last fullback?
Yeah.
Can it have pictures in it? Because like, here's the thing. I'm going to be very honest.
If there's a book that I pick up and it doesn't have pictures in it, that's a surprise.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not reading it if it doesn't have pictures.
Well, we got to put the X-rays in there that shows slight inflammation.
Slight inflammation. This man went into the locker room.
All right, listen.
And got a roar of the crowd for slight inflammation.
I had a sprained AC joint. I did for just risking my body, life and limb for the team.
Tuesday.
Diving for the pylon for a 2-point conversion. It is a great story, though, in that game where I sprained my right AC joint. I think it was in the third quarter.
Yeah.
In a 2-point conversion, I dove for the pylon. Sprained the AC joint, and I'm like, wow, that didn't feel great. Like, I'd hate to like hurt my right arm in a 2-point conversion. And so they take me in, shoot me up, numb it.
Yeah.
Feels great.
Right.
Start dropping some dimes, playing great. The old lidocaine they put in the shoulder starts wearing off right at the end of the fourth quarter. And we get the ball. I think we're tied at this point. This is before we went to overtime. And we're on the 50, and we're like, all right, let's get in there. And I'm like, oh my God, don't call Hail Mary. Do not call Hail Mary. Because I couldn't lift my elbow past.
This was like you knew we had one more play.
We knew we had one more play. It was a tie ball game. It was like on our own, maybe on their 45. It was Hail Mary territory.
Yeah.
So I get there and I'm like, I can't lift my elbow past my chest.
Right.
I'm like, oh God, it's gonna be bad. So I get there and I say, all right, down, set hut, and I was like, I already knew the outcome of this throw, like what it was gonna be. I was like, let's just rip it, let's give it hell. I roll out and I throw it as far as I can, and it went like 20 yards.
Oh no!
And then a guy came and hit me in the shoulder too, like to add insult to injury. That
play
is why they took me into the locker room and proceeded to give me 2 shots of lidocaine at that point.
Yeah.
And then that's when, of course, I was like, let's go do this. Hopefully we win the coin toss and we get the ball second.
Right.
But I think we lost the coin toss and we got it first. So they were like, they were scraping the needles against my bone and stuff. Like, get in there. That's when I ran out and I think y'all were already in the huddle.
Yeah, we were.
Y'all were in the huddle on the field, first play of overtime, and I run out of the tunnel.
Yeah. So dramatic.
It was.
You probably peeking through the door, like waiting.
Let's wait.
You see, like, Perillou's out there in the huddle. You're like, no.
22 and go.
Wait, are you talking about the Arkansas game?
Yeah. I need to kind of relive that game. I don't remember a whole lot about that game.
First half we sucked.
I remember like in 2007, I definitely remember like Virginia Tech, and I remember Florida. I even kind of remember Kentucky more than I remember Arkansas. I don't remember. I do remember you and I. We hit a rail for like 65. They got called back because early
touchdown rail. You just out of like offset fullback.
Yeah, like
play action.
I never played fullback that year. I really did, and they put me at fullback. I'm like, oh, they're
nothing to see here.
Like they're gonna know something's coming. But Arkansas, thankfully, they had.
Was it?
They didn't adjust to it.
Was it? Who was it? Was it Early and Brandon? Early and Jared?
I think it was Early and JoJo. One of them didn't get on the line, and it got called back for illegal.
And that was
formation.
tough. I mean,
that killed a lot of momentum.
Killed so much momentum, and we would have gone. We would have obviously won there. Didn't matter, but. Early, man, that was tough for him. He fought through so much that year because he had an injury. So he didn't have a lot of practice time. So it was like one of those things we called a play. It was a brand new play that we installed 2 daes before the game or something like that. So they just had some alignment issues. Too many men on the line of scrimmage.
I think hindsight, but I think we win the game if they don't call that back. Because I don't think we didn't score on that drive.
That ain't no guess.
The linebacker, I do remember this. So, if I was ever lined up at fullback, it was typically like to get the ball thrown to me.
Yeah.
and I'd go into the flats or something, and we try to run like a post from the outside receiver. I'd run a flat and try to catch it and hit the corner.
What was amazing back in the day, like old school football, is like you see an offset fullback on 4th and 1 or 3rd and 1. How many times they would outflank the linebacker to get to the flat?
I know.
For a 2-yard throw.
Like on fire and lightning kind of plays. So
H6.
This linebacker overflowed heavy, thinking I'm going to the flat.
Gotcha.
And so as soon as he like overflowed, I just kind of slipped like right underneath him and then got back into the route.
I dropped that throw on you with
You did.
Old numb shoulder.
You did.
Old limp shoulder over here.
One of the few times you threw a pretty ball.
I had never felt better throwing though.
Yeah.
Couldn't feel it. Let's go.
I relived it the other day when I was looking for highlights, like sound bites of the highlights.
Oh, the one you found?
Yeah, there was like a really long highlight video on YouTube about that game.
Long. Oh, I thought you meant Flynn.
No, but the Arkansas.
Long.
No, just the Arkansas game.
Brief.
That would have been a very like fortuitous like highlight for us to put in the intro. Me to Hester, that ended up getting called back for penalty and didn't
that
count.
actually
would have been perfect.
You play the 5 second, it ain't gonna matter.
All
Yeah,
right.
but it didn't count.
Tay,
The call wasn't good.
That is going to be it's going to be your job during the break. See if you can find that.
Well, I'm almost to the Flynn Hail Mary play.
Oof.
I'm watching the full 4-hour game here to find that.
Hail Mary. Is it a Hail Mary if it goes 20 yards?
Like, yeah, man, I don't know.
I really think it is. All right, we will, when we come back, get this show started. But something that I wanted to make sure we got out there today. Today marks the 81st anniversary of D-Day. So June 6, 1944, when more than 150,000 Allied troops stormed the beaches of Normandy, and obviously one of the most pivotal moments in world history. Their bravery turned the tide on World War II and helped liberate Europe from Nazi domination. And we remember the courage, sacrifice, unbreakable spirit of those who fought and those who never made it home. Their legacy lives on in the freedom we enjoy today, every day, and we always honor them. So shout out to everybody that obviously had anybody involved in that. Gosh, I mean, one of literally the biggest days in the history of the world, and today is the 81st anniversary.
Yeah, I'm sure like everybody listening has some sort of personal impact with World War. Like you had a grandfather, a great uncle, whatever it was, that fought and served. And goodness, good Lord, I mean, are we grateful? Are we thankful? Are we blessed for that generation of those people that sacrificed, who were brave enough to answer the call? So thankful for them. And it makes you, I mean, we just had Memorial Day not too long ago. So it makes you grateful for the people that were fought in that day and that at that time, but for the people that serve now. So makes us proud to be Americans.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you want to catch up on exactly how everything went down, Band of Brothers, the Pacific,
I just
Masters
watched
of
Band
Air,
of Brothers again last
all three.
fall.
Great.
So good. It's the best.
All right, we will step away. We got our guy Ben McDonald in about 15 minutes from now. We'll really dive into some LSU baseball.
A big show, buddy.
Flynn's best friend-ish signed now, finally. It's officially official with an NFL team. Tell you who that is and where he's going when we come back on OTB.
Off the bench.
All-Star.
Toyota. I've been practicing.
That doesn't matter. All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com. If you're looking to buy new, if you're looking to lease, if you're looking to rent, go there today. Everything is available. So no matter what you need, no matter what you're looking for, no matter what your family's needs are, they're going to be met every single time over at All-Star. So obviously, if you're buying new, everything's going to be available. Midsize, full-size, SUVs, vans, trucks, hybrid sedans, you name it. They've got it, but also something you're not going to get anywhere else. When you're leasing, when you're renting, everything, and we do mean everything, is available in the rental department. Per day rental price, great prices. Call Miss Lisa Sessions today in that rental department and go to the website, All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge, conveniently located Airline Highway near Goodwood. Go visit them today, see what they can do. Visit their website, see the stock that they have. Beautiful cars, great people. All-Star Toyota, 225-433-0105.
At Atmos Energy, our smart choice solutions help customers save energy and emissions with rebates up to $500 off high-efficiency natural gas appliances, smart thermostats, and weatherization upgrades. Together, we're fueling our energy future.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief: our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
Men, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
From players to legends, Hester and Flynn break down LSU football like only champions can.
What's wrong?
It's just reach.
You okay?
Yeah. I'll get past it.
I didn't even listen to it. I just blocked it out.
Yeah.
Hey, welcome back to Off the Bench here on a Friday morning, 104.5 ESPN. You see that? You hear that?
Did I see it?
I love the initiative.
Yeah, good job.
This guy's over here rattled, apparently.
No, not rattled.
Gotta carry this dude.
Flustered.
Yeah. I swear, people, if you don't turn your caps on in this chat, I'm going to lose it.
You want all caps?
It's all caps Friday.
Okay. All right. All
Are
caps
we just
Friday.
really excited?
Bring the energy.
That was a thing. All right. It is time to get this show started.
What?
It's time to get to work, courtesy of GoFlow IV Spa, where hydration, vitamins, and a summer-ready glow are always on tap. Now, for starters.
Cool. That's not what I sent, but
It's all right.
she said it wrong, but it's fine.
Love it.
It's all right. GoFlow's not going to do anything wrong.
No.
They're going to get you hydrated.
Perfect.
Visit GoFlow IV Spa on Facebook to learn more. GoFlowIV.com on the interweb to learn more. Right on Jefferson, near Bocage. GoFlow IV Spa. Again, check it out on Facebook.
Yeah, go check them out, dude. Check out their services.
I think the big voice lady's testing us right now.
Hey, if you need to get hydrated,
Sending an email.
IV. Feeling under the weather? They got it. Drank too much last night? They got it. They got what you need. Go Flow IV Spa.
All right, your boy.
Your boy.
Finally found a landing spot. Aaron Rodgers, 1-year deal. Pittsburgh Steelers.
Are we surprised? Are we shocked?
Not at all.
How do we feel?
I mean, so surprised in the fact that it's just continued to drag on so long. You're like, well, maybe this isn't going to happen. I don't really know. But you're trying to find a landing spot for all these, the quarterbacks that were out there. And Russell Wilson goes to the Giants. Jameis goes to the Giants. Flacco goes to the Browns. But Aaron Rodgers was like kind of the one. It's like, all right, well, wherever he goes, he's going to be the starter. So it's a little bit different than those situations I just laid out there. But, for whatever reason, it took a long time. They didn't draft a quarterback, and then we're like, okay, well, they're bringing somebody, and they're not going to go into the season with Mason Rudolph as their starting quarterback. We didn't know who it was, so, we thought it would be maybe the Vikings because it just felt like he was trying to trail Brett Favre as much as he could, going from Packers to Jets and the way that it all went down. But
I mean, in fairness, though, I would rather go play for the Vikings if it was me.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah, you got a pretty good receiver out there.
This good receiver.
What's
his name?
You got a couple guys out there. But A-Rod, he goes to the Steelers. It's a just brutal division. I played in the AFC my entire career. I didn't play in the North, but we always ended up playing the AFC North. I swear, it's like some way, somehow, either in the regular season or in the postseason, we were going to play the Steelers, we were going to play the Ravens, and it was going to be hell. So it is a brutal, brutal division. And, you've got certainly the Bengals, the Ravens that have championship aspirations, right? And they've got Jimmys and Joes all over the place. And even the Browns aren't good, but the defense is good.
They drafted well.
Yeah. And the pass rush.
They'll kill you with quarterback numbers.
In 5.
Beat you down. They'll beat you down. When you think one of them's tired, another fresh one comes in.
Different QB every quarter. Good luck game planning.
Good luck, coach.
All right, so initial thoughts. What do you think?
So initial thoughts. I didn't know what he was going to do. Of course, we're buddies, friends, but I don't ever talk to him like about football or about like what's your next move, blah, blah, blah. It's kind of a dumb, weird conversation for friends to have, I think. But
yeah, but you're in sports media now. So
I'm in the sports media for day 5. No big deal. So people always ask me, hey, what's your boy going to do? What's your boy going to do? I honestly didn't have any idea. But the more it kind of like went on without a decision or without like something official being signed, like, well, maybe the writing's on the wall that he maybe doesn't want to go there. Maybe something always comes available during training camp. Like maybe it's that kind of situation. But when you look at like, now that it's official,
yeah.
When you look at everything that happened, do people really not think, the pundits out there, that the Steelers and Aaron had some sort of like gentleman's agreement this whole time? Like the media has been driving me crazy. About how
it's not your colleagues.
The Steelers and Mike Tomlin are so stupid for waiting this long, and they've missed they didn't draft a quarterback, they didn't do this, blah, blah, blah. The Steelers aren't stupid. Mike Tomlin is the man.
They're one of the best franchises in sports.
Right.
Yeah.
And so it drove me crazy. And then, Aaron Rodgers, he's so selfish. He just wants people to talk about them. He likes the spotlight. He just does all this. He does this for attention. Have you heard him say anything? He's not trying to get attention out there. He's like, the timing to me, he's signing a week before minicamp. If he signed 3 months ago, he wasn't going to go to OTAs.
No.
Right? Not that many 41-year-olds are going to OTAs. So, like, if they don't think that there was some sort of gentleman agreement, then I think people are crazy.
Right.
Because
he's been throwing with DK as well. Like, on the side.
He did that, which doesn't necessarily mean anything.
But when you're rumored to go to Pittsburgh, he got traded to Pittsburgh.
Yeah. But let me just say, it's like, for all the people, they like to they paint Aaron, and I get it. I get some of the optics, some of his deliveries, not the best sometimes. Like, I get it. But to paint him like trying to be this guy, like selfish and wanting attention and trying to jack around the Steelers and not taking this seriously, That's all stupid and lazy takes. Like, first of all, you never know what somebody's going through, right? In their life. But to think that he wanted any attention from it, he didn't want any.
Yeah.
He doesn't want that sort of attention, and he certainly didn't do it for that. But he goes there. I mean, I certainly don't think it's the best place for him to land. It's their.
I was going to ask. That was going to be my next question.
Of course, they brought in DK Metcalf. They just got rid of Pickett. Yeah. They are in a terribly tough division.
Yeah, Najee Harris is no longer there at running back. He's with the Chargers now. So Warren's going to be your RB1.
Yep. But for the Steelers, it makes a ton of sense. Even if he gives you, because you don't know what he's going to be. He's going to be good. He's not going to be a bad quarterback. Like, even when there's a lot of negative stuff about him in New York, he still was good in New York. Look at his stats. He didn't have they played on. People got a little fatigued from it because they kept putting him on prime time and stuff like that. They didn't necessarily have the success that they wanted to. They only won 5 games last year. The team was awful. Yeah. But you look at what he did, and it stacked up pretty good against. Certainly, it was low. It was down for his career stats, his career averages. But if he can find a little bit of that spark, I think there's only been one quarterback that's ever been worth anything after the age of 40. That's the GOAT.
Yeah.
Favre
had a nice mini run there with Minnesota, but I mean the Jets was bad, but then Minnesota was for at least 1 year, maybe 2.
Well, they made the NFC Championship when the Saints went. And somebody was talking about that this morning. When Favre signed with the Vikings, he signed in the middle of August.
Right. See?
Because he had to have.
That's what I thought was going to happen.
Shoulders. Well, you and I would talk about the other day, and I'm like, hey, if it's not the Steelers, what's his option? And you were like, hey, you can always sign somewhere right before if somebody decides they need a QB.
It always happens. Somebody gets injured. Somebody underperforms. Let's just take a very super hypothetical situation. Week 2, training camp, J.J. McCarthy sprains an ankle or just isn't looking right? Just something. Because it's football. It's a collision sport. Somebody's going to have a tweak. Somebody's going to have something. The Falcons, Michael Penix. Well, I guess they got Kirk behind him. But let's just say, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Something is always going to happen. And I think that probably odds say that a better situation potentially could pop up. But you never know. The Steelers are Mike Tomlin, what he's done there, I think he's been there for over 15 years. I mean, it's incredible. I know that Mike and Aaron have a mutual respect and admiration for each other.
Right.
So from that aspect, I think it could be a really good fit from a relationship standpoint. And Aaron is very big on having a good relationship for the people he's working with, working for, playing with. And you'll never find anybody that's currently in the locker room with him that says he's a bad teammate.
Right.
Now you've had some disgruntled people in the past, Greg Jennings, Jermichael. You've had some people come out and say some things afterwards, but I mean, who hasn't? But you've never found anyone that's like, oh, that's a bad teammate. Or you probably wouldn't find anyone on the Steelers that says, nah, we don't want to.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah. No.
Because when he's great, let's just say he finds the spark.
Yeah.
I mean, people forget he won MVP 3 years ago. It wasn't. Right. Was it 3?
I mean, I guess technically 4 because the first year with the Jets he didn't play because he got hurt. But I guess 4 now.
Boom, boom, boom. Yep. So I mean, and he was 38.
Yeah.
Probably when he did that. I think when he did that.
Look, at the end of the day, Mason Rudolph was their quarterback, and now it's Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
The team's better. He found a landing spot, and it's the Steelers, so they'll at least be 9-7.
Yeah. Let's just say he's got a 10% chance of finding his old magic, his old form, and I say old, a couple of years ago, his old form, and playing at an MVP level. That's 10% more than Mason Rudolph has, right? So it's a good signing. It's a really good signing for the Pittsburgh Steelers. But we'll see how it plays out, obviously. But I'm excited to watch him. I'm excited to watch him for another year instead of him not playing and retiring. Take it in. He's been one of the greatest and most dynamic and talented people we've seen play that position. So get over yourself, people.
There you go.
And relax. Let that man live his life.
All right, well, we're going to live our life, and we're going to be joined by Ben McDonald, LSU legend. We're going to be on the call for the Super Regional between LSU and West Virginia coming up on Saturday in the box. And we'll have Ben when we jump back here on OTB.
Off the bench.
You say relax? I thought Aaron's supposed to spell relax. Didn't he say?
Oh, yeah, that's right. That was not a call-out. That was actually not a call-out.
Man, well done. Go to pelicanroof.com, pelicanroof.com. If you want that instant roof quote, it is right there, going to pop up on the right side of the website. What is that? Well, you put in your address, okay? And it's going to get an outline of your roof. That it could be your home. It certainly could be your business, but it's going to get an outline of it through Google Maps, and then it's going to give you an estimate on what it would be for your roof replacement. An incredible tool that they have over at Pelican Roof. And always remember, like, they're in Baton Rouge and Lafayette. They're not driving back and forth. No, they have roots in Lafayette. They have roots here in Baton Rouge. They're in the local communities supporting all kinds of different things in those communities. Go to the website today, pelicanroof.com.
Yeah, we all know what's about to happen. We're about to be in hurricane season. Get your roof checked out. Make sure there's no leaks in it. Call them today in Baton Rouge or Lafayette. Pelicanroof.com, 225-228-2865.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar, but instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
At Sunshine, we know what you see when you look at your land. Where others may see dirt, you see the foundation you've built your life on. It's hallowed ground. It's past, present, and future. We're proud to provide quality John Deere equipment to help you maintain the land you love. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756.
Tigers turn talkers. This is Off the Bench.
All right, welcome back in. It is OTB here on this Friday afternoon. It is always our pleasure to catch up with our next guest. It is Ben McDonald, LSU legend, going to be on the call there for LSU and West Virginia Super Regional action in the box. Ben, always a pleasure. Hope you're doing well.
My pleasure. Always good to chat with you guys.
Man, last week, look, the box was rocking. I know you had a chance to call that regional as well. It was an interesting regional because LSU looks like they were on cruise control, but this team, man, Little Rock, they were fighting and scratching and clawing, and they take down Dallas Baptist after they take down Rhode Island, and they came into the box on Sunday with all the confidence. And so it was one of those situations on Monday, like, man, their ultimate, confidence is showing. If you're LSU, are you stunned a little bit because you had the 4 seed kind of punch up? And I give LSU a lot of credit because, as you know, in the game of baseball, when you've got momentum on your side like Little Rock did, it's hard to close out and continue on.
Yeah, look, baseball is a separator for our major sports, right? This could never happen in football, ever. It could never. Little Rock doesn't even have a football program, but if they did, LSU could play them in football 1,000 times, and LSU football would win 1,000 out of 1,000. That's just the truth. It wouldn't happen in basketball either, but it can happen in baseball. That's, to me, what makes baseball the greatest game in the world. And look, with all the upsets that we had, guys, and I know y'all been following it, but think of it like this. Texas A&M and Virginia were unanimous preseason when the season began as the number 1 and number 2 teams in the entire country. Nobody was even close. Odds are in Vegas, A&M was going to walk away with the national title. None of those 2 teams not going to win it this year. They didn't get in the field of 64 this year. And then you fast forward to the top 8 national seeds, the best teams in baseball, Vanderbilt, and, of course, University of Texas. They don't even get out of their own regionals this year. And so that's what kind of year it's been in college baseball. We had 7 of our top 16 national seeds go down in regional play, which has never happened before. It's been a wild ride. And so it can happen in baseball, but I was proud of LSU, the way they fought back. Look, they got down 5-1 in that deciding game in Game 7 and found a way to come back. Obviously, Casey Evans was the biggest part of that. He came in out of the bullpen and started stacking zeros and was phenomenal, and LSU climbed back in it. But this is what has to happen in baseball to be able to advance to the next level. And now they're going to play West Virginia this weekend, who've been the Big 12 regular season champs the last 2 years in their second Super Regional. So this is not going to be an easy weekend for the Tigers.
No, it is not. And before we move forward, I do want to get back real quick to Little Rock in that last game, because I am going to assume that the lineup that we saw in the last game against Little Rock is going to be the same one that we start off with here against West Virginia, because honestly, and Ben, I've been saying it all week, if you don't make those changes, I'm not sure that LSU's still playing, because you move Ethan Fry up to the 2-hole. He goes 4 for 4, has 2 walks, on base 6 times, 2 doubles, a home run, and then having Luis Hernandez in the 8-hole, he hits 2 home runs. I mean, Jay did a lot of tinkering with the lineup there in that last game, Game 7 of the regional, and it all really worked out incredibly well. And if you don't make those moves, I'm not sure you're still playing.
Yeah, I mean, look, I give a lot of credit to Jay, too, because most coaches aren't going to do that, right? Most coaches are not going to take a guy that hit 28 homers last year. They probably should have left for pro ball and didn't, and Jared Jones. And he's been scuffed a little bit, so he kind of shook the lineup and dropped him down to the 5-hole, moved Ethan Fry up, and, brought Stephen Milam up. And Dixon really just shook up the whole lot. I mean, Stanfield's been hitting 9-hole the entire year. He hit 7-hole in that ball game, too. So he shook it up. It paid off. Now, most probably LSU is going to face a left-handed pitcher in Game 1. So I don't know if that changes things or not. We know Curiel hits about 250 points better off of right-handers than he does left-handers at the top. Doesn't hit lefties very well. I could see a scenario where they shake up the lineup even again and maybe put a right-hander to lead it off and drop Curiel down a spot or 2. That could happen as well. But it very well could be the same lineup that you're talking about. I just don't know exactly what Jay's going to do just yet. But that's one thing I like about Jay is he's not afraid to tinker a little bit when he feels like he needs to tinker a little bit.
Ben, we all know and we're all witnessing and get to see firsthand like the greatness of Cade Anderson and Anthony Eisen right now. But I want to hear from your perspective, because we all see the big picture. We see the results. We see the strikeouts, and we see him being good. But I kind of want to hear like a scouting report from you on what makes this guy good. Why is their stuff different? Why is it great? Like, is there more movement? What is their positioning with the pitches? What is your kind of scouting report on each of these guys on what makes them so good?
Well, if you talk about Cade Anderson, you talk about a kid. Remember, this is just his second year on campus. And if you go back and look at what he did last year, the kid had a 27 ERA in SEC play. Like, he didn't pitch well as a true freshman in SEC play. And you want to talk about helium in the draft, guys. I mean, to me, Cade Anderson has the most helium out of any baseball player coming up in the draft next month. I mean, he was a projected end of the second round, middle of the second round pick when the season began this year back in February. And now some publications, MLB.com, Jim Callis has him going 3 overall in the first round for the Seattle Mariners. And he has shot up the draft boards as a draftable sophomore. And I think there was a lot of folks thought he was coming back to LSU for his junior year next year. He ain't coming back, guys. I'm just going to tell you. And he's they better enjoy him now because he's not coming back. And what makes him good, I think there's a lot of things. One, on the mound, you can't ever tell if he's up 3 or down 3. Like, he's just got the it factor. You know, he's locked in all the time. He's not an extremely emotional guy. He stays locked in. I think what's really happened is growth in one season, and as a scout and as a GM, that's what you want to see. He picked up that new pitch, the slider that he didn't throw last year. Last year it was fastball, curveball, changeup. This year he added a slider to the mix, too, and it's been his most used secondary pitch, you know, right behind the fastball. The velo's ticked up a little bit. His composure on the mound is elite. And let's not forget he's left-handed, and that always helps, too. You know, and in a year we're talking to some GMs and scouts, the draft overall, you talk about the entirety of the draft, it's a little bit weaker than what it has been in the past. Like, it's a weaker draft. And so that's another reason why he projects out, Anderson does, as a starting pitcher at the MLB level. And I think that's why they like him so much and why he shut up. If you talk about Anthony Ianson, look, when you get a guy from a mid-weight major, and Ianson came from UC San Diego, you never know how the stuff's going to translate it in the toughest conference. It's kind of like football and basketball. You don't know how it translates until you get them on campus and you start running him out there. But Anthony Ianson, I'm telling you what, guys, the fastball to me is a good one. Opponents are hitting 292 off of it, but the difference maker for him is his off-speed pitches. In other words, his slider, his curveball, and his split-finger fastball are all elite. I'm talking about they hit like 150 or lower on all 3 of the off-speed pitches, and that's the separator for him. He can really spin the breaking balls in there, and so he's adapted well. And I always like to look, okay, how do you perform against the best competition in the country? And I went back and looked at Ianson's numbers in SEC play alone, his 10 starts, guys. He had a 2.8 ERA in those 10 starts in SEC play. So this dude is just a silent assassin. He's not a huge emotional guy either. He just goes out and gets it done. And you talk about Anderson, number 2 in the country in strikeouts right now. Ianson right behind him at number 3 in the country. Liam Doyle leads it from Tennessee, and the only reason he's ahead of both those guys is because he's got 2 more appearances than both of them have, you know. And so that's how dominant this staff has been. It's 1A and it's 1B, and it's the reason why LSU should be in Omaha here in about a week.
Ben, when you look at LSU and Cade Anderson, Anthony Ianson, like you just laid out, I mean, obviously the best, for me, 1-2 punch in the country. But if you get to a Game 3, because we saw in Game 7 of the regional, right, you start Zach Cowan, but here comes Evans in and strikes out 9 straight guys. He was electric. What do you think happens if you get to a Game 3 again? Do you think it's going to be the same situation? Because, you know, Kason Evans, maybe it's, you know, he needs to come out of the bullpen. Maybe that's the juice that he needs, whatever it might be, even though he has starts against Tennessee, Arkansas, and others, because Zach Cowan, although he started at another place, that was his first start of the year for LSU. How do you think Game 3 would go right now if you do, in fact, play one?
Well, LSU needs Zach Cowan to be good. And if you go back and look early in the year, man, this guy coming out of the bullpen was outstanding. You mentioned he was at Wofford last year. Got 15 starts at Wofford last year. That's how Jay saw Cowan when, you know, they went to the Chapel Hill Regional and Cowan was pitching for Wofford, and he talked him into coming over to LSU. Obviously, he was really good early in the year. He has scuffed a little bit as of late, but he's used to starting. If you go back to last year, it was his first start this year, but he started a ton his last 2 years prior to coming to LSU. But I think that's going to be your 2 guys. I mean, you know, Evans is a guy that I think you could start him or you could bring him out of the bullpen, whatever you think is best. Now, here's a wild card to that. You guys know this. If there's a chance to close out Game 1 and or Game 2, Evans is going to be your guy. Like, he's the rover back in football, right? I mean, he can do a little bit of everything. And so if you need to close him out tomorrow night, he's going to be your guy. He's going to come close out Game 1, or he could close out Game 2. And then you got to back up and punt and figure out what you're going to do. Having said that, if he doesn't pitch in 1 or 2, I could definitely see a scenario where he is starting and Jay's not messing around. He's starting Game 3, and then you'll have Calvin and the boys behind him. But that's the concern for LSU right now is when you get to the back end of that bullpen, minus those 2 guys, you don't really know what you're going to get. And that was on display, you know, in Game 1 against Little Rock when LSU got beat. They walked 11, and 8 of those 11 walks came around the score. So that's a concern for LSU because, you know, we talk about Shore sometimes and William Schmidt and Rizzi and those young guys back there learning how to pitch back there. It can get sideways from time to time, and sometimes it does.
All right, Ben, we're talking about who's going to be on the mound and different strategies there, but let's talk about who they're facing. We got West Virginia coming in, game start tomorrow. Kind of give us your breakdown of West Virginia and how they match up with the LSU pitchers and the LSU lineup.
Yeah, I mean, if you talk about West Virginia, you know, a team that really wasn't playing well. I mean, they did win the regular season Big 12 championship, and they did it back-to-back years as well, you know, and so they are a really good team. Having said that, they struggled a little bit coming down the stretch. I mean, they only won, I think they were 4-9 their last 13 games. If I look at their overall numbers, I was breaking it down, they hit for a good batting average. They're right there with LSU, right at 300, you know, and they do score some runs, right at 8 runs per game, same as LSU. The difference for them is it's more of a small ball approach. They only got 55 homers on the year, where LSU is approaching 100 home runs this year. Now, the one thing they do better than LSU, they're going to press you up. They got to have over 100 stolen bases, so they're going to get on. They're going to run a little bit, and so if you're Luis Hernandez, whoever's catching for LSU, could be Aaron Beatty, you got to be ready to throw some guys out, because I think that's what West Virginia does best, is they get up and they go. And this is only their second Super Regional appearance, and they've done it in back-to-back years now, you know, the Mountaineers. And so it's a team that's not expected to come in here and win. I think that's dangerous, as you guys know sometimes, like Little Rock. You know, when you don't have expectations and you're kind of free and easy, it opens you up to be able to just go play the game and say, oh, well, we did our best, we didn't win. But those are the dangerous teams to me, you know. And so LSU will have their hands full. If you look on the mountain, they have a couple of veteran guys that's going to pitch for them this weekend. This Griffin Karen is a kid that's a redshirt senior. He's been around a little bit. He's got over 300 career collegiate innings in. He's a really good pitcher. I mean, he didn't win but 5 games. They didn't score many runs, but the ERA is outstanding at just a shade over 3. He can strike you out and got more strikeouts than innings pitched, but he's a left-hander. And look, left-handers have given LSU problems this year. There's no doubt. You go look at the batting average and the runs per game versus lefties versus righties. LSU not nearly as good versus left-handed pitching. So that worries me in some ways. And then they're going to face Cartsona, the right-hander, who is older too now. He's 24 years old, and these guys are a little bit older, and they got a lot of experience under their belt. So I don't think they're going to be intimidated by the environment and 11 or 12,000 in the box when you have those veteran guys on the mound, and that's what West Virginia has. And so it's going to be interesting to see the small ball versus big ball. Now we know at the box this time of year anything can happen. I mean, look, Little Rock came in with, you know, not many homers on the year, and they hit 7 of them, you know. And so when the wind starts blowing out, it could get a little bit sideways on you from time to time. But LSU certainly should come out of this Super Regional. There's no doubt about that. But it will not be easy. I feel like West Virginia's going to give them everything they want.
All right, there he is, our guy, Ben McDonald, LSU legend, going to be on the call for ESPN In the Box starting tomorrow. LSU versus West Virginia for that Super Regional to move on to Omaha. Ben, you're the man. We appreciate your time and look forward to the next conversation.
All right, appreciate it, guys. Take care.
All right, you as well. Again, the great Ben McDonald. All right, we will step away, wrap up hour number 1 when we come back here on OTB.
Off the bench.
I go to centralplumbing.org, centralplumbing.org, 225-925-8552, 24/7, 365, weekend, holiday, game day, does not matter. If you have an emergency, they are the place to go. Flynn talked about tankless water heaters yesterday, man. I cannot tell you how clutch those are. So y'all know me, got a lot of children, got a lot of sports going on, so we get home late. Well, once you get home, you got to shower. You got to do the dishes still. You got to wash the laundry. You got to get everything ready for school the next morning. And if you don't have a tankless water heater, you got to wait. You can't do that. Or you got to shower with cold water, and nobody wants to do that. So if you go tankless, you know what you never do? Run out of hot water.
Ever. Hey, the other day, last weekend, washing the dishes at night after dinner, all of a sudden, water started spilling on my dishwasher. That sucked. And I'm not very handy. So Central Plumbing, call them today. 225-925-8552.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
You gotta believe in a dream. Believe. You gotta believe in a dream. Believe. You gotta believe. Whole team on wild.
Man, Age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Huh. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
At Sunshine, we know what you see when you look at your land. Where others may see dirt, you see the foundation you've built your life on. This, it's hallowed ground. It's past, present, and future. We're proud to provide quality John Deere equipment to help you maintain the land you love. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support.
...2007 champs, purple and gold to the core. This is Off the Bench with Hester and Flynn. Baton Rouge's go-to for all things Louisiana sports.
I love gold. I love gold. I love gold.
Might want to put that one in the skin box. It's a keeper.
All right, short seg here. I mean, again, we'll apologize, but you know what it is.
You know what it is.
Like, I played 3 years. Flynn played 3 years for less. So, clock management, not our strong suit.
We're going to get better. But we didn't want to cut Ben off because he's the absolute man.
I make no claims to be better. Zero claims. That was him. If Ben McDonald's give me an answer on West Virginia, I'm going to let Big Ben cook.
Hey, did you see his video of him feeding his bass crawfish sacks? I wonder what, like, the biggest fish. I think he's at 55-acre lake, so he's probably got some big old lunkers.
55-acre lake is pretty big. So is hour number 2 of this show coming back.
Huge.
OTB. Off the bench.
You say big hunkers?
Lunkers with an
Lunkers.
L. Lunkers.
Okay, I didn't know. BoudreauxElectrical.com. That is the website to go to get your quote today for that free Generac quote. Because the last thing that you want right now as storm season approaches is to be without power anywhere, honestly, but certainly in South Louisiana.
How much does that quote cost?
It's free.
Free?
Yeah. FREE. So why not?
Sounds like a
lose
situation.
Do that. Have that done. You have more power, more protection, peace of mind with Boudreaux's Electrical. BoudreauxElectrical.com.
Yeah, not just for your home either. Commercial. Do it for your business.
Look at there.
Yeah, I mean, if you got stuff you want to protect that in your office, at your house, if you want to keep your deer meat safe all summer long, call them. Boudreaux's Electrical, 985-397-1562.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Flight by Yingling is raising the bar by crafting the next generation of light beer. With only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Flight by Yingling. Raise the bar.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared toward seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
At Sunshine, we know what you see when you look at your land. Where others may see dirt, you see the foundation you've built your life on. This, it's hallowed ground. It's past, present, and future. We're proud to provide quality John Deere equipment to help you maintain the land you love. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
Donaldsonville and WDGL HD2 Baton Rouge. This hour brought to you by Spencer Callahan Injury Lawyers. LA 21 12681. Offices in Baton Rouge.
Good morning. It's 8 a.m. here on Friday, June 6th. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect sunny skies with a high of 93. In hour two of today's show, we'll have a baseball edition of the Pontoon Parlay coming up at 8:30. And then at 9:30, New Orleans Saints quarterbacks coach Scott Tolzien. You can follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 104.5 ESPN channel. Hour number two of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
Okay, here we go.
Where the plays get broken down and science gets denied.
Hey, they said I got to come off the bench.
Hour two of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio, starts now.
Sports!
Every time I say that, you laugh.
It's just
What'd you say?
sports.
Sports!
Welcome back in. OTB 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. We used to call it crop dusting sports.
Okay.
Because
I don't
we
know if
wouldn't,
I love that.
we
but
wouldn't like fully get into it,
Yeah.
but like we'd hover above it a little bit
Okay.
and like sprinkle a little
Yeah,
bit.
we just crop
Yeah.
dust it. Like we just fly right over it and just barely touch it.
I
Did
like
Craig
that.
give us that one?
Yeah.
And he had like a little, he had a GIF, little video.
Yeah. GIF or GIF? Where you go with?
I go with GIF.
I say GIF.
I say GIF only
Oof.
because
That's the person who created them. That's how he says it.
only because
he's
like
wrong.
Jif peanut butter is
Is it
J-I-F,
giraffe
so
or
I go
giraffe?
GIF
It's
is
giraffe.
already a word.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, GIF is already.
Jif peanut butter is J-I-F, so I go GIF.
Follow-up question. When you're texting the word G's, how do you spell like G's?
G-E-E-Z.
Oh, I go
G's?
J.
So I
G-E-E-Z,
used to
right?
say
That's what I do.
G-E-E-Z,
Yeah,
Yep.
I don't say G's a whole lot.
But one of my buddies,
I say G's all the time.
when I was in Green Bay, Evan Moore, he was like, "Why you keep saying G's to me?" So, so G's to me is J-E-E-Z.
See, no,
it's like the
J. Yeah,
it's like
See,
the Jeff.
I thought it was
Evan's
J.
smarter than us, though.
Well, yeah, that's why
much
I went with
smarter
it.
than
I thought about it, and I was like, "Yeah, I got it." G makes a g sound. I teach my
Like
children
geezer.
this.
But I thought
Yeah.
it was G's because I thought it was like G's because I thought G's was like you didn't want to say Jesus, so you
It
say
was, yeah,
G's.
yeah.
So that's why
So
I
it's a
spell it
J.
with a J.
So it actually, I guess should just be J-E-S, right?
I say like when I'm instead of G's,
That'd be Jess.
I say Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. Like when I'm like,
Or G's could also, it could be short for G whiz. Then it would be a G.
True.
So is it short for Jesus or is it short for G whiz?
No,
I
if
thought
I
it was
ever
short for
say
Jesus.
G whiz, punch me right in the face.
Good point.
Well, no, I get
That's
it.
crazy.
Nobody
I
says
haven't
it.
say it in 20
Gee
years.
whiz.
You're not Phillip Rivers. I got it.
You can crow hop me, like crow hop me, hit me, and then say, "Hey, bud, you know why?" And I'm like, "You're right."
let's-
You know why?
Yeah.
Let's ask the chat right now.
happens
Is
in
the
Vegas?
is the word G's when
You
you're
know
saying it in
why.
a conversation? Is the word G's short for Jesus or is it short for G whiz?
All right. Can't wait to find out those results. Sitting on the edge of my
I
seat
know.
here.
I'm curious.
So we've done a lot this week. I was listening to that rejoin there. Oh, did I get that word right? Rejoin?
That's an open.
Yeah.
Pretty much. I nailed it.
Yeah.
So that's what we call it here.
We hadn't
Yeah.
denied a lot of science this week. Like they thought enough of us about like denying science to put it in.
Put it in there. Yeah. What do you want to deny? You want to think about it?
We're not sunscreen people.
No.
Well, then, hold on a second. That's the dumbest take ever from Jake.
Wait, you're a sunscreen person?
Well, yeah, hell yeah. I'm not like
Yeah, I am too.
I'm not the tough guy walking around being like, yeah, I'm tougher than the sun.
Right.
That's just not me. That's stupid.
But you're going to put something on your skin that is tougher than the sun?
That's crazy.
See, I'm one of those
Weird.
people that don't care about the lasting effects. If it doesn't burn me now, I'm good with it. I'll live with the other results
Also, the
later.
sun is good for you.
Says the two pasty guys in here.
I got a little.
All right, Milky.
I got a little summer tan
I'm trying
going.
to protect this skin for all.
All right, Casper.
I told you I'm living to 120. Got to protect the skin. Got these sunspots.
See, but if you're hydrated, then
how
your
you gonna
skin's
live
fine.
to 120 with the sunburn? I get
That's
it.
what I'm saying.
You're gonna be
You can't do
miserable
it.
till 120.
You can't do it. You're gonna have that weird looking skin.
Look leather.
Leather.
Yeah.
Can't do that. Old leather-faced Jake. over
Leathered and weathered. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Leathered it
Got
and
character
weathered
to you.
and eaten out of a straw.
That's right. At 65.
At 65.
Oh, do you remember? And I do want to get to the College Football Hall of Fame. They've got some nominees, and we played against some of these guys. You might have played with some of them, so I do want to get there. But do you remember, like, when you, Jamarcus, Imran, whoever, would throw a pass late over the middle, and Saban would just, like,
He didn't say a lot.
Hey, Flynn, you're going to have Dwayne Bowe eating out of a straw. Stop. You're going to have to write Miss Bowe a letter. Dear Miss Bowe, Dwayne was a good boy, but I decided to throw late over the middle and ended it all.
That's such a good.
I don't remember it because I kind of block a lot of those things.
Well, you
out,
probably had
know?
Jim up.
Giggle.
Giggle.
Scratch the cat. What is
Oh,
it?
dude, he used to. I mean, Saban, because I'd be
That's a
back there.
good one,
I'd be
though.
back there in the back, and I'd be like, "Oh man, this guy's getting after the quarterback."
He didn't say a lot to quarterbacks.
He
in
did, 'cause-
fairness, he let Jimbo do his thing, and he was a
right.
defensive guy.
He was very good about that. But
But, like-
if you threw late over the middle, that's really the only time I remember him ever saying anything to y'all.
That throwing late over the middle, and then in practice having an unrealistic time and holding onto the ball too long.
Yeah.
He's like, you're not going to have that red jersey on in the game.
Mm-hmm.
And so me and Jamarcus it was our first year. It was our first spring training. So it was right after the 03 championship. So like Saban's got a big time job on his hand trying to bring everybody back down to earth. So I remember that spring after the 03 national championship was a hell. It was the off-season program destroyed us. He wanted to make sure that we
Even that summer when I got here, I was like, why y'all mad? What happened?
what didn't we win? That's kind of why I signed here.
I mean, that's the Benny Brazil story that we always tell.
Right.
About
so you could tell the Saban was like, all right, we have to basically destroy these guys so they don't ride the coattails. They have to get rid of the 03 national, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
Anyway, we go out to a scrimmage, and he is crushing us for holding on to the ball too long. He's like, you're just yelling at us, red jersey, red jersey, red jersey. I'm going to take that red jersey off you.
Yeah.
Well, he did. We had a scrimmage. Took that red jersey off us.
You put a white one on?
He said, put a white one on. These quarterbacks are live. He said, hit their asses.
All of y'all or just like the young guys?
Marcus Randall.
Oh, all y'all.
Me and Jamarcus.
Wow.
Now, I don't think Marcus played quite as much as, he threw me and Jamarcus in there pretty good.
Yeah.
And that was, Marcus Spears was coming into his senior year. And, yeah, we got lit up multiple times. But, point taken, Nick, point taken. So instead of throwing it late across the middle, I just, threw it early across the middle, get it out.
To the other
Probably
team.
a pick.
Yeah.
I don't know.
To the other team.
That was the same team.
Gosh, I do remember him giving Jimbo the ability to basically be the head coach of the offense.
Sure.
Like, you didn't deal with Coach Saban a lot. Now, I had to because in 2004, it was a weird deal. I was starting fullback on the offense, but when the twos were going on offense, I had to run over to the other field to be the scout team running back because we didn't have any young running backs really. Because JB just came off a big year. He was a sophomore. Joe was a junior. Chiron was a junior or senior. I can't really remember. Allie was a sophomore. And so, and those guys were getting reps at running back with the offense.
This is 04?
This is 04.
Okay.
So I'd get my first team reps with fullback, and then Saban, he has his nickname for me. He's like, hey, stubby legs, get your ass over here. And I'm like, yes, sir. Yes, sir. And so I'd go over there, and I'd have to but for me and my mindset, like a lot of people at scout team, scout team. But I knew if I wanted to ever play running back, man, I got to show. Booby's got to spin over here.
I got to spin. Give him the ball.
Right?
Coach.
If he wants to say, hey, look at that run. All right, it's a nice run. All right, maybe he can play running back. And so, man, I had to give max effort. My first 3 weeks, I was questioning, am I built for this?
Well, no, that's the answer. You're not built for it.
Can I be a freshman, true freshman, no red shirt, start at fullback over here, learn all this stuff, right? And then go over here and also do scout team and give maximum effort over here too and still be alive to tell the tale. Can I do this?
You had to be in great shape though after 2 weeks.
I was.
Killing
but that was another problem though because we were trying to gain weight. Martha was trying to put pounds on me and
well, that's impossible.
Hester, why are you underweight? And I'm like, well, Tommy,
talk to coach. Let me
out
take
here,
a break.
I'm out here
So that was
like I stole something.
So that was the year of James Coley running scout team.
Yeah.
So James Coley went on to, I don't know where he is now, but offensive coordinator at Florida State.
He's been everywhere. Georgia.
But he was from Miami, and he was our GA that year that Jimbo had brought in. And so the main offensive GA runs the scout team. And by running the scout team means you're in the huddle with the whole team. So the offense, we're not running our plays.
No.
He holds up a card that shows everybody where to go, shows the routes they run, show the blocking assignments, and then, ready, break. And James Coley was one of the only dudes on a scout team that brought the juice.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go. And so we would talk trash to the defense, and it was but you're right. On a scout team, and you talk very experienced, had a lot of years playing scout team in both levels, right? It is your opportunity to show the coaches what you can do.
Yeah.
I remember so you'd watch this, you'd get the card put in front of you, and the defensive coaches and always wanted you to throw it to a specific guy. They'd have a smash concept. So a hitch on the outside with a corner above it. It's a high-low concept type of pass. So they're like, all right, we're going to run the smash concept. Throw 3 steps and throw it to the hitch. He's like, that's what they did on film. They threw it to the hitch on film. And I'm like, all right. So I go out there, set hut, and they're playing cover 2. And cover 2 means they have a rolled-up corner, and the hitch is never going to be open.
Yep.
But it's a locked hitch because you have a corner of it. So I'd throw the corner, and I'd complete it against the starters.
Yeah.
And the defensive coaches would be like, what are you doing? Follow directions. I told you to throw the damn hitch. Blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, but I hit there's a touchdown.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Do you think David Green?
I was about to say.
You think David Green's going to throw the hitch?
Hey, Jason Campbell, you can't throw it. Nope, you got to throw the hitch,
So
Jason.
I used to piss defensive coach, especially
It
when
didn't
I
take
was
a lot for Muschamp to get mad.
especially like when I was like more established too.
Yeah.
Like at LSU, I was still after the Peach Bowl, I was still the scout team quarterback
so
the
you're
next year,
talking
like a
about
lot, right?
You and Bo Pelini then are going at it.
Going at it. The best was like in the NFL. Me and Gus Bradley, and he was a defensive coordinator in Seattle.
He was
we
in
used
charge
to
for a little bit.
talk so much mess to each other. I hate to jump from like LSU to that, but it is one really good story. So Pete Carroll in Seattle, he had this turnover. I think it was turnover Wednesday or turnover Thursday. Turnover Thursday, where
Such
they would
a cheerleader.
He would count like the offense won this week, and it would be a big deal. He'd celebrate it the next day, but he counted scout team, and we didn't realize this. So they were like week 4 or 5, and like scout team, you throw picks because they're like, this is the rep. I know you got to read it, but I really want you to throw this because I want to see how my Mike linebacker trails.
Right.
But of course, like Earl Thomas is up there. He's just like reading eyes, and so you throw picks in scout team. That's just the nature of the beast.
Right.
The next day, they're like, oh, the offense lost because the defense got a pick in this drill. I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
I got you. This is like a competition.
Right.
You're counting scout team here.
Right.
So the next day I come out, and of course on offense, we don't, our offense for scout team, you're not going to throw a pick in that. So I go back, I drop back, and I take all my dump passes. I'm taking check downs. And if it's not open, I threw it 50 yards out of bounds. Out of bounds.
Yeah.
And the secondary coach would come up to me. He's like, man, I gotta see my guy defend this route.
Yeah.
I'm like, I gotcha. That hut, pew, into the lake. Like just being a total smart ass. And Gus Bradley, he's walking around, he's looking at me, he's like, all right, I see you. I'm like, Gus, what's up, dude? You can't get a pick? Y'all suck. This is like Legion of Doom. We're talking trash and blah, blah, blah. So this goes on for multiple weeks, and of course we were winning like every week.
Yeah.
The offense is winning.
Yeah.
And I look over one time, and Gus Bradley's walking by in like 7-on-7. He walks behind the linebackers, and he holds up a piece of paper, and it says, F you, Flynn. I was like, mad respect for you, buddy.
Yeah.
But it was good. It was, but that's a little trip down memory lane for my scout team stuff.
Yeah, man, old Pete Carroll, he definitely loved the rah-rah stuff.
It was fun. I mean, I get it like in training camp practice, but scout team practice.
Dude, I'm 30. I got a couple kids at the house. I'm not really into competition Wednesday.
Hey,
right now.
DB coach who is younger than me. I'm not going to.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Like, I'm going to read it. Oh, and if it's not the right, I'm going to slide my protection so you don't have a free runner in my face.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was fun. Gus Bradley is the man, though.
Did y'all
love that guy?
Real quick, did y'all practice against teams in Seattle in camp?
No, I never had. I never was part of a training camp, thankfully, where we practice against.
We practiced against Dallas every year because they were in Oxnard and we were in San Diego, and it was like a little train ride.
When I was in New England, I think we were going up to practice with someone like the week. I got cut, and I think the following week they were going up for like week 2 of training camp to practice with somebody.
I'm not going to get too far, but like those practices. Every period, so you got 12, 13 periods in a practice, inside run, 7-on-7, team, blitz pickup, like all that, right? It's like a game rep every rep because you're going against another NFL player from another team. There's no brother-in-law deal. It's like, it's full bore. It's ready, like either you're established and you're trying to, be the alpha to the other team, or you're trying to make a team.
And most people forget 50% of the people on both rosters are rookies trying to make it.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Like there's not that many.
Only like 30, 35 people out of, however many are there.
Or
80
established vets. So most people are either second, third, fourth year guys trying to grind or get off practice squad or rookies because you carry 80, 85 to camp, I believe. So most of them are people that are out there that cannot afford to take a play.
And I don't know if you'll remember this name. I know Tay will remember this name because he's a Cowboys fan, but they had a linebacker, Sean Lee, played for Penn State. I mean, just the ultimate white guy linebacker, ultimate meathead. Like you're like, hey, create me a meathead white linebacker out of the Big Ten, Sean Lee. And we're practicing against Dallas, and I think this one's actually down in Dallas because we were playing them in the preseason after that. That's another thing. Like you practice all week, getting 73 fights, and then you play them on the weekend in the preseason. But I have never seen somebody have total disregard for their body like Sean Lee.
Oh, God.
And that's why he always got hurt and always got injured. He can never
He was such a good player, too.
He retired because of like a neck injury, I think.
He's one of those guys that like you hated, the linemen and running backs hated because of his motor. He just played past the whistle type of guy.
Oh, man. And I just remember we're doing like half-line drill, like half-line run, like 20, 30 ISO, like me versus you. Like it's just like bull in the ring. And we're just woof, woof, just over and over again. I'm just like, all right, man, all right, here we go. We're just going to do it again. And then finally, Nora's like, hey, Randy McMichael, get in there at fullback. Randy hated fullback, like hated it, couldn't stand it. Like, I'm a tight end, what am I doing? And Sean Lee was in there. And Randy's like, I ain't doing it. You're like, what? I ain't going against that crazy-ass white boy. You need to get him out of there. I'm not going against this guy. This guy thinks right now we're playing in the Super Bowl. I'm in year 13 or whatever it is. Get him out of here or I'm not going. I mean, he's straight up. He's like, I ain't going.
I'll cut his ass.
He's like, Hester, you want to get back in here? You can. I'm not doing that. Because he's like,
I'll let this crazy white dude do it for sure.
That's the tempo that Sean Lee practiced at. And my guy, and Randy's like a tough guy. So it wasn't that. He's just like, dude, I'm in year 11. I'm established. I'm a tight end. Y'all want me to play F? I'm not really about that life. He stopped the practice like, y'all get this crazy-ass white boy out of here. I'm not doing it.
That's so good.
Not doing it.
And Sean Lee, like, we looking at this picture right here. Like, he was well-built and pretty big. He wasn't big enough to play like that. Like
no.
He wasn't
his
big
body
enough to do all
wasn't
that.
built for how he played. And I respect the hell out of it.
Oh, for sure.
Because he's like, I'm going to get vested barely.
Barely
going to get vested. Not because I can't play, but because my body can't keep up with how I play.
I ain't here for a long time. I'm here for a good time.
And that's what Sean Lee absolutely was. All right, when we come back, I do want to get into some of the College Football Hall of Fame, just because we played with some of these players that are going in the Hall of Fame. It tells us a couple things. One, they were good players. Two, we're getting old. And we'll come back more OTB.
Off the bench.
See if we can go 242 All-Star Toyota, BatonRouge.com. Now is the perfect time to rent a Toyota. Here we are early in the month of June, and maybe you're not quite to your vacation. Maybe you got a couple more softball, baseball, travel tournaments going on. A lot of people got World Series this weekend, next weekend, where they're traveling away from Louisiana. When you do that, you've got your luggage for the trip, but you also got the baseball, softball stuff. You got the bat bags. You got the bucket of balls. You got more than you typically have, and maybe your vehicle doesn't fit all of that. That's why you go get a Sequoia, get a Sienna, get a Tundra, get a Tacoma from All-Star. Call Miss Lisa Sessions today. Per day rental prices, All-Star Toyota, BatonRouge.com.
Yeah, go to their website. Check out their financing options. You can go on their website and try to figure out what you're trading. You never really know. Just call, see what it is. You never know. All-Star Toyota, Baton Rouge, 225-433-0105.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Baton Rouge's home for real rock. It's Eagle 98.1. Foo Fighters. Led Zeppelin. AC/DC. Pearl Jam. And the flagship home for LSU sports. Take us anywhere with the Eagle 98.1 app. Eagle 98.1 is the rock station.
These ice cubes could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they cradle and cool the crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Nicely done, ice cubes.
Man, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief: our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews.
2007 champs, purple and gold to the core. This is Off the Bench with Hester and Flynn, Baton Rouge's go-to for all things Louisiana sports.
Hit. Certified hit.
I don't play enough Lenny Kravitz on here.
The world doesn't play enough Lenny Kravitz.
That's fair.
Like, is he a vampire?
He still looks great.
That's what I'm saying. Is he a vampire?
He might be.
Do we all feel that way, that the world doesn't play enough, Lenny?
I love Lenny.
I'm not hating. I'm just.
I don't ever really hear him much.
You don't hear, like, he's got like
I play
five
him
or
on
six
Coffee and Flannel.
solid
Yeah.
songs, but you don't ever hear him.
It's a good point.
Somebody
Like,
else with 5 or 6 solid songs.
Where are you going to
you're
hear
gonna
it? Where are you going to hear it?
On Coffee and Flannel, Sunday mornings, 9 to 2 on Eagle 98.1.
True. And off the bench.
And off the bench.
That's true. That's true. I understand what you're saying. Like, what genre does he live in?
Yeah.
Just a good genre. Just put him in good. He's a good artist.
I would say rock.
Yeah, I mean, like, this has a different
Are You Gonna
feel,
Go My
but-
Way is like,
Yeah.
that's like
I mean,
a
American
rock
Woman's
song.
like
American
rock
Woman's a
song.
rock song, yeah.
That's probably my least favorite one.
American Woman?
What?
Really? Because that's like the
I love
big
America. I know it's a big one. It's probably the one I've probably heard the most.
Yeah.
Back in the day
I
when it's
can
popular, so I
see-
probably got a little fatigued
Yeah,
from it.
I can see why you
I
would.
hadn't listened to it in a long time.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Like, if you heard it again, you'd be like, all right. You know
I
what mean?
love the outfit he has on in this picture.
Probably not a lot of outfit.
Obviously, no shirt.
Yeah.
He doesn't love the shirts, but
Yeah.
he has like these striped pants on.
Who hates shirts more, Lenny Kravitz or Chris Doring?
It's a tough,
That's
tough.
a
That's
tough-
a tough competition
Kravitz,
there.
because I couldn't see Lenny Kravitz in a suit
Yeah,
ever,
you
like
see
suit
Dorian
and
on the
tie, and I've
weekends.
seen Dorian in it.
True. Big true. All right, College Football Hall of Fame. Got some nominees here that I think a lot of us are going to recognize. Some notable ones here. Cam Newton, of course, at Auburn. Mark Ingram at Alabama. Robert Griffin III at Baylor. Ndamukong Suh at Nebraska. Manti Te'o at Notre Dame. Some other names. You got the Cal connection here. Little Deshaun Jackson and Marshawn Lynch. And Ron Rivera. Shout out to Ron Rivera, my guy. Jonathan Vilma from Miami. D'Amico Ryans from Alabama. And Brad Culpepper from Florida. But, like, all those names, obviously, that's why they're here, like studs. And we probably got I know you teammates with Marshawn. I was with Ron Rivera when he was our DC in San Diego. But, like, I played against, a number of these guys. You did as well. The one that doesn't get talked about enough because of where his school was then to where it went kind of directly after him is D'Amico Ryans when he was at Alabama. We played in Tuscaloosa in 2005, and a lot of people forget, because it was pre-Saban, that was a really good football team. They were undefeated at that point. Now, they lost to us, and they lost in the Iron Bowl the next week, and so they finished, I think, 8-2. But they were undefeated. It was a top 10 matchup, and we went there and won in overtime. And that defense had, Wallace Gilberry. It had D'Amico Ryans. It had Roman Harper.
Was it Shula? Shula head coach?
Yeah, Shula was the head coach. Man, that was a good squad that gets completely forgotten about because then they go on the Alabama run. But when I say D'Amico was one of the better college football players that I played against, it's like he's in the rare air group of like top 5.
Man, early 2000s. Get your fits right, man.
No, it's not. Who's your Taylor?
Who's your Taylor?
The Taylor means a lot.
So, like, picture D'Amico in, like, a current uniform. How much better, like, swaggy.
Imagine if he had, like, the same Taylor that the Ravens have because everybody looks good in a Ravens uniform. You know what I mean?
Yeah, those were some.
Do you remember that game in 2005?
Vaguely remember that game.
God, who do we
play?
We had Debo, I think, in the
did Marcus go the?
That's Jamarcus.
Jamarcus.
It was 05.
Oh, he
so
did.
Abraham
That's
was
right.
gone.
Okay. Hello. Oh,
So
05.
It was 05.
Got it. I'm a dummy.
Yeah.
Brody Croyle, Alabama.
Yeah, Brody Croyle was the Alabama quarterback. All right. Who would have been the third quarterback? So it was you, Jamarcus, and who that year in 05?
Nobody.
Just y'all two?
Yeah, because I remember we went into the Peach Bowl with
Jimmy Welker
as a backup.
That's true.
That's right.
Shout
So
out
Jimmy Walker. Jimmy.
Yeah. Say Jimmy.
Yeah, say Jimmy.
Hey, fella.
Yeah, those quarterback rooms that we were part of were wild because they're so much smaller than quarterback rooms these days.
Yeah.
It was wild because, me and Jamarcus were the only scholarship quarterbacks on the roster.
What a dangerous time that was because y'all were the same age. So if you would have decided to leave, it would have been Jay Russ and Jimmy Walker.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to get a little vulnerable here, people. I almost did.
I don't think that surprises anybody.
I mean, not this day and age, but at the time.
No, but even when you played really well, and then you went to a Peach Bowl against a top 10 Miami team, and we diced them up. Throw the ball, run the ball, offense was.
See, I was thinking. See, I'd already thought about it before the Peach Bowl because of everything that happened. But at that time, you had to go down, so I'd have to go to 1AA.
You would have to go like Sam Houston State.
Yeah, you have to do that to kind of make your way. But I mean, look, we both redshirted. We're both the same age, so
and he was trending in a good direction.
Trending pretty good direction. Well, my dumb ass, it's like I go to the Peach Bowl and I play well. I'm like, oh yeah, I got him. I can get him.
Jimbo will tell me off the record, on the record, whatever, that y'all truly did go into every offseason with it being an open battle.
Right.
I believe him. Even when Jamarcus was playing really, really well, like it's still.
Well, that does make me feel good, but then it's like also, man, I lost a lot. lost a lot of battles. I was over.
Yeah, you kind of were. When did you think about leaving? It was after the Peach Bowl year?
No, it was before. So it was before the actual Peach Bowl. It was during that season, towards the end of the season, when Jamarcus is trending.
What were we? We were sophomores?
Because I remember at the Peach Bowl,
yeah, we're sophomores.
Yeah. So I was a redshirt sophomore. You're a true sophomore.
Yeah.
So I remember the week of the Peach Bowl, you're there for a whole week. I remember I didn't have the conversations with it, but there were smaller school coaches there talking to my parents and talking to stuff.
Yeah.
Nothing real serious.
Alvin,
because I was about to.
Alvin, call us. Give us all the tea.
They didn't schedule the meetings. They were just there, right?
Sure, man. Yeah.
So it wasn't anything serious. It's just hey man, give us a call if you're thinking about anything.
It makes sense. It makes all sense in the world. I mean, obviously what you did against that team, but then
I don't actually know if I still would have.
If Jamarcus would have come back after the Sugar Bowl.
Yeah, if Jamarcus would have come back, I would have had to.
Yeah,
because the rules were actually different at that time. So the rules were you could transfer if you graduated, you could make a lateral transfer. So at the time, my academics, I hadn't been really trying to stack the hours leading up to that.
Wait, did you graduate?
Yeah.
Okay.
Kidding me?
Did you really?
Yes, I did, bro.
Okay. All right. All right.
I was there for
took 5 years. 5 years.
It took me 4. I graduated in 4.5.
Okay.
Just
asking.
Yeah, I like the light load, during the season. Yeah. But during
that would have been an issue because you wouldn't have graduated.
Yeah, so in 06,
right? You would have had to go a lot of summers.
Yeah, Jamarcus is having his number 1 overall pick type season,
right?
And so I'm like, all right, I got really no options here,
right?
Everybody knows, no one's gonna fault me for this,
right?
I remember even some of the assistants on the staff were like, hey, I got friends in these different places. They want to talk. Well, all stuff like that. Because we're all a family. No one wants to see me not do anything.
Right.
But I'm like, all right, I got to get some hours in. So I took, before the Sugar Bowl, when we played Notre Dame, I signed up for winter session. So winter session is like, it's like summer school or like intersession. So nobody did that.
Yeah.
But it's like you cram a whole semester into 2 weeks during Christmas break.
Yeah.
So I started taking that. So I think I was doing 2 classes in that or something. Oof. And then I had to schedule like 24 hours for the spring or something like that.
My brother, what did you do your first 3 years in college?
Well, I mean, I was going. Well, that's another segment. That's a whole other segment. But we're going, and I'm about 1 week into it, and Jamarcus makes his decision to go out. And so, I've always loved Jamarcus. So I always give him so much credit on this because, he knew the position I was in, certainly.
Yeah, right.
So he told, his friends, his family, his agent knew, and then I was one of the first people he told after that, right? It's because he knew. He's like, hey, look, I just want you to know it's your team.
Yeah.
After this, I'm going to go to the draft.
Right.
So at that point, canceled them hours for the spring. I was like a week into winter session.
Did you drop out?
I had an A too. I dropped it. Yeah, I just couldn't. Yeah, dropped out on that.
Yeah.
So
such a slap.
But it was one of those. But if it didn't happen, the butterfly effect of everything. Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows?
Oklahoma.
I got drafted.
Right? Is that always a rumor?
That was a rumor.
Yeah. Oklahoma.
That was a real rumor. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's what
probably good that it didn't happen because Sam Bradford was there. He was going to be like a.
If you'd have gone there.
God. No.
What if you'd have gone there?
I would have had to
and then
stuck my foot under a car or something to break it and get a medical.
Yeah, get your school paid for. That's like our boy Jordan Reaver. Y'all don't know who that is, but my class, he was a preferred walk-on from Garland, Texas. A good quarterback. He had like, like North Texas and UTEP and like offers like that. Mm-hmm. But he wanted to come to LSU and compete or whatever. I always, give that an attaboy for wanting to be competitive. But look, he got here and it was like, oh man, Flynn, Jamarcus, all these guys, they're young, all right? They're only a year ahead of me. They redshirted, so we're the same year. And so he transfers. And he goes to Sam Houston State. And, he's thinking, I'm going to play right away. We're going to go Sam. I'm going down because they're up now, but they were down.
Right.
The day after he transfers to Sam Houston State, Rhett Bomar gets kicked off Oklahoma's football team and goes to Sam Houston State.
Rhett Bomar, for those of y'all that don't remember or don't know, he was like the #1 overall player in high school football coming out to Oklahoma, quarterback.
Yeah.
Didn't pan out, obviously, but.
I wonder what Jordan Reaver's doing right now.
I bet he's.
He went missing for like 3 days one time.
Missing. I don't want to speak slander or anything. He might be like a politician or something, but he did go missing
for 3 days.
First year for 3 days because I was a roommate of his.
Yeah, you, Kyle, him, and Peter Dykowski lived above me, Stelz, and Luke
during your freshman year, and it was like, yeah, man, where is Jordan? We can't see him. We're knocking on his door. No one's heard from him. Like, dude, this guy might be in the Mississippi River or something. Yeah, I don't know. All of a sudden, one afternoon, he walks out of his room, like, rubbing his eyes. Like, oh, what's up, guys? That was a good nap.
He was in his room. We're beating on his door, trying to figure out where he's at, like almost like to the point where you're going to call the authorities. It was all season, so we didn't have football activity, but he was just in his room.
Just chilling?
Coming off a little bit of a fun couple nights.
I was an extremely accomplished sleeper in college, but he dominated me.
He did. I want to look up, like, where are they now with Jordan Reaver when we come back. But when we do come back, we got a little pontoon parlay we're going to put together for the Super Regionals. We want to play these Arkansas clips as well, where Flynn threw the shortest Hail Mary in the history of Hail Marys. And we'll do that when we come back here on OTB.
Off the bench.
Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys, the website, getgordon.com. You go to the website, and in the bottom right corner, we always tell you, a little chat agent's going to pull up, so any question you have can get answered right there on the site. If you want to see what they can do for you, like if you want to see past client results, if you want to see cases that they handle in the courtroom, all of that is right there. If you want to see what they do in the community, we always talk about it at Get Gordon, see what they're doing throughout Louisiana, but Gordon gives right there on the homepage to see what they're doing, right? You're going to be able to find all that information on the website, getgordon.com. And you always know, throughout the state of Louisiana, from Shreveport to Monroe to Alexandria to Lafayette, New Orleans, Baton Rouge, and everywhere in between, it is your area code in Louisiana, followed by 888-8888. Get Gordon and get it done.
Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys. Get on the G team. Accidents happen. If you've been injured, call them, see how they can help you. Get the most out of what they can do. 225-888-8888.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
It's not just a game, it's a religion. You've got your team colors, team swag, and now your very own website. LouisianaSports.net. Everything LSU, Saints, and Pelicans. Sports on demand. In-depth coverage by sports writing pros with continuously updated news. And with the LouisianaSports.net newsletter, you get pinged directly with top trending stories. Best of all, now and always, no paywall. It's free. LouisianaSports.net. Powered by 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. Your home for Louisiana sports.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar, but instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief: our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
Flight by Yingling is raising the bar by crafting the next generation of light beer. With only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Flight by Yingling. Raise the bar.
Locked in on LSU football 24/7. You're listening to Off the Bench.
All right, welcome back in OTB. Let's put together a little pontoon parlay. So the way we're going to do this, and any objections, please let me know. I figure we'll go over the 8 Super Regionals.
I don't like that.
And since we've got 4 of us in here, majority's going to win out. If it's a split, we'll have a discussion. But we go over the 8, and then we pick our 5 favorites. Because you have to understand, some of these teams are like minus 400 to win.
Yeah.
And move on to Omaha. So if we do like 3 minus 400 teams, guess what? You're not going to get paid back a lot.
Right.
Like, you're probably not even going to get your money back. So let's go through the 8.
We hit all of them.
Let's pick some winners. That's what I'm saying. If we hit all of them, but it's got to be 5.
We are, though.
All right, in Louisville, do we like the Miami Hurricanes or do we like the host Louisville Cardinals?
I like Louisville personally.
I was going to say, I actually like Louisville in this one.
I know we talked about Southern Miss. Like, that was a tough regional. I didn't think Miami was going to get out of that regional. Like, Louisville.
Coming into the postseason, Miami got run ruled 12-2 by Cal in the
Yeah.
ACC tournament.
Yeah.
Cal had a losing record. They limped into the postseason. They did get hot down in Hattiesburg, but I like Louisville as well. They got out of the Nashville Regional.
Yeah. And they've just had a more consistent.
Yeah, much more.
Yeah.
Louisville, 1,000%. They're more hydrated.
This is what we're going off of.
We appreciate
All right,
that.
hey, listen, I'm going to put a check mark by them because that does mean something. All right, let's go out west of Los Angeles, UCLA, and the Roadrunners of UTSA. Who do we like here?
So I love UTSA. I know we were talking about it when I was filling in. Like me and Alondra were looking. It's like everybody says this Austin Regional's easy. It's really not. I mean, they've won. They're 47-13.
Yeah.
UCLA's really good. I mean, they've won 45 games this year. I like UTSA, but I think their luck runs out.
We got two Texans here
I don't
in the
know.
studio. I
Yeah.
am going to go with the two Texans that we have. Beep, beep, give me the Roadrunners.
I think I'm going to go with you. I like UTSA in this one. It feels like if you can knock Texas out their own regional in Austin, you could probably knock UCLA out.
They're really
UCLA's
UTSA, though, is an at-large team.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, they're really good.
They earn the right even
Yeah.
if they
Really
didn't win
good.
their conference
Yeah.
tournament. Yeah.
I kind of have to go with UTSA on
All
this
right.
one.
All right, Flynn, you're the
I like the underdog
deciding
here.
vote here.
Yeah, this one's easy. Beep, beep.
All right,
Okay.
Because Los Angeles stinks.
SA, and Flynn hates California.
I'm not a Cali person either.
All right, let's go to Corvallis, where it's Oregon State and Florida State. 8-9 matchup. Remember, Oregon State lost their first game of their regional, and then they put up football scores to win out. Florida State wins their regional as well.
Yeah.
Beavers versus Seminoles. Who do we like?
So I kind of feel like Florida State might have a bit of an advantage over Oregon State, even though it is in Oregon. They have a tougher conference that they play in.
Well, Oregon State doesn't have a conference. So.
Yeah.
Although
But, like,
they
the
played,
competition-
they played 75% of their games on the road. Oregon State did.
Yeah.
Because of it.
These teams are real. I think
I think I wanna
this is
go-
the match.
This is the
I
toughest
think they're
one.
evenly matched.
Yeah.
I'm only going Oregon State because they're hosting.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at on that.
Flynn?
Yeah.
They are
I
very
watched
evenly matched,
precisely
though.
0 pitches from either one of these guys.
All right, Alondra?
I kind of want to go Florida State on this one, but if I'm going to get outruled, then I don't hate the Oregon State play.
I mean, it's a tough one. I'm
It
only
is,
going
yeah.
Oregon State because they're at home. Like that's
Yeah, I'll go Oregon State too, but I got a feeling that's not going to be in the parlay.
Yeah,
So I'll
it's
go
not
Florida
a-
State.
I'll go Florida State then.
Yeah. Oof. You're dynamic here. Duke and Murray State. Does Murray State continue on, or does the luck run out? Remember, Duke went to Athens, and they won that regional. They were not a host in the regional, but we all saw what Murray State did in Oxford as a 4 seed.
I don't know because I mean, me and Alondra, we really thought Georgia had one of the easier regionals. I mean, we were talking about it, and Duke surprised everybody. But yeah, Murray State looks so good.
I don't know too much about either team.
You want to do it.
We got to get some juice here somehow.
I want
I
Murray.
go Murray State.
Murray
What the
State.
hell?
For sure.
What the hell?
Absolutely.
42 and 14 on
Coach
the year.
K ain't coaching them boys on the diamond.
UTSA doesn't have juice to it?
Yeah, some. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
If you can't cheer for the team that knocked Ole Miss out, then what are we doing?
Very fair.
That is fair.
LSU, duh.
Duh.
All right, okay. You want to go West Virginia?
Nope. Just kidding.
North Carolina and Arizona.
I like North Carolina.
Another
North
tough one. Both
Carolina.
these teams are hot.
They are both hot.
Both
And
playing really well.
yeah,
I'll go North Carolina
I'm
as
gonna
well.
go
but
UNC.
Man, Arizona's really good baseball.
I'm going
team.
to go UNC because they're one of my favorites to win it.
Okay. And it feels like they're on the verge of taking another step in their baseball program, like direction. And I think this win will get them to that step, get back to Omaha.
Let's go Arizona Wildcats. Bear down.
Hydrated. Auburn versus Coastal Carolina.
This one's also tough.
I actually think I like Coastal Carolina. in this one.
Coastal is very hot right now, and I think I like them over
They've
Auburn
been-
as well.
They've been hot. They looked really good in the regional. There's one team in the
Coastal.
Supers that has won over 50 games, and it's Coastal Carolina. They know how to win.
The fighting Mike Tolbert's my guy. I'm going Coastal.
Hansel, so hot right now.
Yeah. Do you know what Coastal's mascot is?
Yeah, it's that little bird I'm looking at right there.
Which is the
What is it? The seabird?
The coastal bird.
The coastal bird.
An osprey.
the Chanticleer anyway. Like, what is that? I mean,
okay, so
yeah,
a shot to
I've heard that.
clear
That's what it
is
is,
like
by the shot to clear.
no. This is not a joke. It's like an aggressive rooster
All right.
Okay.
type thing.
All right, well, I'm going to go with Auburn because it just means more.
Ugh, gross. All right, Peter Burns. Arkansas, Tennessee.
What a compliment. Thank you.
I'm gonna go Arkansas.
Arkansas. They're hosting.
They're
And plus,
hosting.
Tennessee got hot.
They're a
That's what they're going to be doing, calling the Hawks.
more solid team
Yeah.
than Tennessee.
Tennessee got hot. Arkansas's been a little bit more consistent.
The Aloy brothers.
Tennessee's more worried about, the swag and looking
Yeah.
cool
The
and
eye
talking
paint,
to Ish, and,
yeah.
which is fine, like whatever. But Arkansas feels like the complete opposite of that. I don't know. I think Arkansas wins.
Yeah, give me Arkansas.
Flynn loves the flair.
I do. And they're hydrated. Let's go Tennessee.
I don't hate Flair, but they do it in a way that I don't like.
All right, so who's hydrated here?
We got about half.
Okay, so is Louisville hydrated?
Yes.
UTSA?
Yes.
Okay.
Ooh.
Oregon State?
No.
Murray State? Probably.
I got to look.
LSU? Yeah, duh. UNC?
Arizona.
Oh. Coastal?
Auburn.
Arkansas?
Tennessee.
Man, okay.
You're hydrating Tennessee.
So Louisville, UTSA, and LSU are the three hydrated teams from our picks. We'll put that together and see what kind of odds we get if we parlay those three
The
teams.
My High teams.
The My High
Yeah, we can do
3-team
whatever.
parlay.
Okay.
We'll see if it hits. When we come back to wrap up hour number 2, we get the Hail Mary.
Heard around the world.
Okay. I was like, are you going to finish this or something?
Wait.
That's what I was looking for.
We didn't even practice that.
I know.
Did we just become best friends?
I hope so. We've been doing this for 2 decades together. All right. More OTB. What? It's 2004.
Off the bench.
Actually, more than 2 decades. 21 years.
You're an idiot.
21 years together, sir. Who are we talking about here? Tommy's.
Tommy.
Let's go. Go Tommy's is the website. And we've been telling you, you know it. You love them. But if you're not listening to us, which you should, we're telling the truth here, but they're award-winning. Angie's Super Service Award every year since 2016, right? The Advocate just came out, right, with their awards. Who won Best Windows?
Tommy's?
Tommy's. Best in Baton Rouge. GoTommys.com is the website. Go check out their work. Testimonials, a gallery right there. Remember, they can customize your job as well. Got it all covered. Been doing it for a long time. GoTommys.com.
Yeah, go check them out. Check out the website. Give them a call. We live in some humid environments. Have them check out your windows, sidings, doors. That's Tommy's, 225-250-8808. GoTommys.com.
Man, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Bend Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
At Sunshine, we know what you see when you look at your land. Where others may see dirt, you see the foundation you've built your life on. This, it's hallowed ground. It's past, present, and future. We're proud to provide quality John Deere equipment to help you maintain the land you love. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
From the locker room to the airwaves, it's Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
All right, welcome back in. OTB 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. And here is a play that I don't remember. Nobody remembers except the guy who threw it 20 yards on a pass that was supposed to be at least 50. Here is Matthew Clayton Flynn trying to throw it as far as he can.
That was a 21-20 victory, and here for the alley-oop is Matt Flynn. Deep right side, he's got three receivers down there, and it's incomplete. We are going to overtime.
Don't try. Don't wince. No. Don't wince. Go back. You don't have to say.
I was saving face a little bit.
Don't wince. You threw that ball 30 yards. Roll that back.
Yeah, it went at least 30. I actually, in my memory bank, thought it went 20. So I'm pretty not bad.
That was really bad.
But I bet.
Look, I'm just saying this is kind of like this is a razor type play, because watch,
I've got just like a sprint right.
So I've got the edge. I'm just saying, watch where the defensive lineman that I end up on goes.
Watch his agility right here. Watch his agility.
Where's he go? To the ground.
Did you see that
pancake? I don't care about that. I care about me pancaking the edge rusher there.
I wasn't even looking at you. Anyone could blindside somebody.
Blindside, I was engaged the whole time. So not only did I get,
oh God!
Oh my God!
Look, he's in trouble there. Look at
he's in trouble because he threw a 27-yard Hail Mary.
And I got hit. All right.
What was Carnell doing?
Just out there, just
go back.
Put my life on the line for you guys.
Like, what's Carnell doing? Because I take over his guy, and he's just patrolling the area.
Well, that's what he did. It's kind of like it's kind of the job. I think that's actually a coaching point. Go out there. No one's there. Patrol the area.
Hey, arms up, patrolling the area.
Hey, but I guarantee you, NFL scouts watching right there. Arm strength minus.
-5.
Weak arm.
What?
That was always so stupid. It's like everyone's like, "Oh, you got a weak arm." Well, first of all, I'm throwing right next to Jamarcus. Second of all, like, you want to throw it? You want to have a one-on-one match?
Yeah, right. You want to throw next to this guy?
Throw this pigskin over the mountains.
This guy might have like the best arm. Oh, we have an end zone copy for you? Oh, man. That was going to be
Bilbo in the huddle. Asked if I threw that ball with my purse holding arm. It's called a fanny pack. Crossbody.
Oh, dude, that was the shortest Hail Mary in football history, any level.
Shut it.
OTB, hour 3 coming your way.
Off the bench.
Man. What? Just imagine if you would have had yourgoodwood.com back then. Maybe you could have thrown it into the end zone. Yourgoodwood.com is the website. 225-4GD Wood is the number. All jokes aside, if you got an issue, why would you not call? There is nothing to be embarrassed about. There is no need for hesitation. Because if you're dealing with something and it is affecting your daily life, you call them, get a consultation booked, and they're going to help you get on a path to feel like your youthful self yet again and get you back to feeling normal. So again, Go to the website today. That is yourgoodwood.com.
Yeah, go in for a consultation. Like, no matter your age, you can be dealing with something. If you're younger and have low testosterone, it's not about getting you high. It's about getting you back to normal. Visit yourgoodwood.com. Yourgoodwood.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Man, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief: our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
At Sunshine, we know what you see when you look at your land. Where others may see dirt, you see the foundation you've built your life on. It's hallowed ground. It's past, present, and future. We're proud to provide quality John Deere equipment to help you maintain the land you love. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means.
Good morning. It's 9 a.m. here on Friday, June 6th. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect sunny skies with a high of 92 in hour 3 of today's show. New Orleans Saints quarterbacks coach Scott Tolzien hops on at 9:30. If you missed hours 1 or 2 of the show, you can catch it in the on-demand section at 1045ESPN.com. You can also follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel. Hour number 3 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
Hands to Hester, and Hester, yep, got it, 5 out of 5.
From carrying each other to a natty to carrying each other on the air.
Flynn is back to throw for the end zone.
Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio, it's Off the Bench.
All right, welcome back in. OTB 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge, Friday morning weekend vibes.
Oh, it feels good today, too.
Have y'all ever seen the music video for Sabotage? It's incredible. Like a movie.
I've seen that, and then when they performed it, I think on Jimmy Fallon or
Maybe somebody a little bit older.
Yeah, I was gonna say actually I don't think he's been around that long. I don't know, somebody. Yeah. Oh, David Letterman.
Probably.
Yeah, and it was cool.
Great video.
Yeah.
They play cops in there with great mustaches.
All their videos are pretty cool.
Respect.
Yeah. Huh. Yeah. Beastie Boys, all timers. This is where you confirm. This is where you confirm them. So yeah.
Did we just switch from to Beastie Boys?
Beastie Boys is always hour 3.
That's been the hour 3 open.
Yeah. Like, that's been like that
for months.
I know.
For at least
all
a
I know
year.
is just testing y'all.
I don't know. It may have been like that when I.
No, I changed it to
did you?
Sabotage.
I was saying I thought it was like that when I got here.
If you want to get the juices flowing, Sabotage. That's why we play it in hour number 3.
Yeah.
You know, maybe you're like, oh my god, I gotta work 3 hours.
We got the juice.
First twos.
We got the juice.
Over, and I gotta bring it for another hour. And that's what that does.
Ain't got to worry about us.
No, I'm saying others.
Other people?
Others. We'll put the Pontoon parlay out there. Yeah, we are trying. I'm trying to get something around 750 to plus 1,000 if we can. So maybe if we have to add a 4th team, maybe whichever one we.
Did
feel
we
best
decide
about.
on who the final?
Well, Louisville, UTSA, and LSU are all 3 for sure in it because we picked them and they're hydrated.
Is that what? Okay, so like we pick them and they're hydrated. That's what the parlay is going to be?
I think so.
Okay.
I think so.
Okay.
But the only problem is like the other hydrated teams, Arizona, we picked UNC. Tennessee, we picked Arkansas. Coastal is not hydrated, but Auburn is.
Taylor, who was it in the chat that said the show's lost all integrity because of my high?
Oh, I don't know. Ryan something.
Drink my high.
Journalistic integrity is out the window.
Drinkmyhigh.com.
Not sorry.
But don't we always say that the picks that you go off of vibes, like when girls, they're just like, oh, I'm going to go.
Yeah.
Well, like I do that with the March Madness. I went off total vibes. And
it did a lot better than T-Bone.
Yeah, my Final Four was, well, to be fair, I picked all the 1 seeds for the Final Four, and they were all.
T-Bob
that
had,
is true.
Yeah.
T-Bob had Clemson in the Final Four of his bracket. Yeah. How'd they do?
Oh, they lost in the first game.
They lost the first game.
My
it's not good.
My daughter, Tuzette, she won our family bracket challenge.
Yeah, well, that doesn't surprise me. You don't watch basketball.
I don't. It wasn't even close either.
Yeah.
I used to follow college basketball.
I also believe that it wasn't close.
No,
yeah, basketball's a little bit like that though. Well, not this year. This year was real chalky.
Yeah.
I won the Sirius XM Channel 84.
Hell yeah.
Nice. This is not the year to win though, because like you said, you're just the lame guy picking all the ones.
Yeah, but a lot of times like you'll talk yourself out of it because you're like, man, it can't be this chalky. Like I gotta have some upsets. Well, not really.
No, not if you're super lame.
Not this year. You know, it's not super lame. Elite Training Academy.
No.
If you're looking for
opposite of lame,
an unforgettable summer experience for your kids, Elite Training Academy's Jungle Camp is the place to be. Boys and girls ages 6 to 14, high energy, adventure packed week full of competitive sports challenges, obstacle courses, exciting games, all in a safe, structured environment. That camp runs Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. with early Friday checkout at noon. Choose from 4 different weeks in June and July, and don't forget, kids do need to bring their lunch there for the camp. It is located at 5414 Burbank Drive. You can find it there on Google. Just type in Elite Training Academy Baton Rouge. To sign up now, you can go to the website elitetrainingacademybr.com/camps. Elite Training's Jungle Camp, where competitive meets fun and adventure. So go to that website, elitetrainingacademybr.com/camps.
Flynn kids will be there.
You got to get them out the house, you know?
Gots to.
Get
them off them screens.
Also, look, I mean, you know, they'll get some outside time at Elite, but when you got an indoor facility in South Louisiana, comes in handy.
Yeah, she comes in handy.
Pretty handy.
I think Moffitt used to tell us that too. Bring your lunch. It meant something different.
It meant something completely.
But bring your lunch, boys.
Yeah, bring your lunch. Bring your lunch. He also told us to get our piss hot. Still don't really know what that means, but he told us that pretty often.
Get your chili hot.
Yeah.
I feel like you should be concerned if it was cold.
Yeah,
right?
piss typically warm, you know?
Yeah. You don't question, like a lot of old coaches saying, you don't really question it.
Yeah.
It's just like you get the understanding. But yeah, that's what I always said too. piss is hot.
I'm like, yeah, like it.
Well, yeah, I mean, you really
like,
know now, being a hydration guy, you know all about urine.
All about it.
I mean, seriously.
Too much, really.
You
Think
do.
about it.
Yeah. What's the worst thing you ever heard a coach say that you can tell? Because mine's easy. Jimbo, I wish your parents never met. Said it to Face Jones. That's David Jones, LSU tight end.
Yeah.
We called him Face for, we know the reason, but we're not telling.
So as a college kid, that is, very, very mean. But as an adult, objectively funny.
I mean, I didn't wasn't a father yet. So, I mean, I didn't fully understand the extent of what he was saying. I wish your parents never met.
Yeah, didn't have the birds and bees talk yet?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I knew that, I went to Evangel, man. I went to a Christian school. What are you talking about?
My parents do.
But, just the full power behind that statement. I really didn't know.
It hit harder than you thought.
When I say I wish your parents never met, that means I wish you weren't born. I wish you weren't here.
Yep.
Not here at LSU. I wish you weren't on Earth.
Your soul was never created.
Exactly. And he said it so nonchalant. I wish your parents never met.
I can't say it on air. Jimbo
had a really say that one.
He really had a good nickname for Skylar. I probably should. I mean, if I can't say it on air, I probably shouldn't say it.
Yeah.
Shouldn't tease it.
He also, I'm not going to say this one either, but, he wanted Face Jones to go home one time during a period of time that something was going on back home.
This is only funny to us. Sorry, people. This is good radio.
It's funny to us.
Tune in.
If you were
ESPN.
a member of the 2004 LSU football team. Or 5. I think David was back in 05. I don't really know.
I remember, so in high school, my head coach was, Jimbo kind of brought it up. He's a hard-nosed guy.
Yeah.
Loved the man to death. Great guy. But, playing for him, it was a different world, right? I was prepared for Saban because of my high school head coach. Made me, part of the reason.
I went to a Christian school that wouldn't play secular music during the pregame. So I was not, but yes, continue.
So I look over, and so my coach, I didn't start until my 3rd game of my junior year. So we had me and another guy my age. We split series, and I took over in the 2nd game. Hey, I don't appreciate the laughter over here.
Sorry, Dylan.
Trials and tribulations of my life.
That's right. I mean, basically Jonathan Moxon.
So my coach didn't by the end of the season, I don't think he really liked the accolades I'd started getting and the heads. I was the recruiting. He didn't want to go to my head, whatever. So he, we're only throwing on 3rd down. That was our offense, especially my junior year.
Right.
But every time we throw it, we get it. And it's a sprint out, half sprint out to the left, half sprint out to the right, like a 1 or 2 receiver route, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, they kind of knew by the last game of the season we were playing John Tyler. And so John Tyler, back in the day, they had these jerseys they were the John Tyler Lions, but they had these jerseys called Cujo. They were known as Cujo in the 90s.
Yep. Yeah, we played against them.
And so they only would wear their Cujo jerseys in the playoffs. They wore their Lions jerseys the rest of the year. But this is the last game of the season. They had 3 commitments on defense to go to play at University of Texas.
Yep.
And they had to win this game to get in the playoffs because their offense was not very good. So they brought out their Cujo jerseys for the crosstown rivalry. I mean, there was probably 15,000 people in the Tyler Rose Bowl watching this game.
Let's go.
It's on a Saturday afternoon, too. It wasn't even Friday.
Probably,
so we're playing.
Probably pretty cold.
And so we're not moving the ball great because we can't run it. And then our one receiver, 10-yard out route wasn't working on 3rd down. And so, threw one away, and I look over at my coach, and he's looking at me, and he's going like this. He puts his hands around his neck, and he's like, "You're joking! You're joking!" And he was committed to it. And the offensive line coach started to get in the action and went up behind him and started patting him on his back, trying to give him the back Heimlich. And I'm like, well, all right, well, F me, right?
You're getting too many attaboys.
I guess so. You're joking. And then the offensive line coach is hitting him on the back.
Oh, that's actually really good.
That was good.
The bit by hitting himself on the back's really good.
Oh, it's good. I was like, they planned it.
That's really good.
Got to get after this guy today.
Oh, to tell you what kind of high school I went to, very, very, very religious, right? And so we're playing against West Monroe in the state championship game, and I mean we're crushing them, just beating the hell out of them. Well, the only points that they had 4 points because our deep snapper snapped it over the punter's head twice. and went out of the back of the end zone safety. It's like, dude, it's like 30-something to 4, right? And it's funny, the deep snapper ended up being a really good football player, played at Alabama. But the second time after he did it, the coach is yelling, "You need to repent. Repent your sins. You're paying for something. Repent." And we're like, what? You think because this man sinned a time or two, he needs to repent and God's punishing him for putting the football through the back of the end zone? Repent! What? What are we doing here? I will never forget the way he said repent over and over and over again.
Oh, stone him.
Yeah, it's basically what it felt like. Before we get out of this segment, do we have the rail route ready to go? Okay,
we got it.
Let's play this with sound and let's see.
The play that never was.
Let's see. Yeah, this is a play. It does not count in the stat book. It counts in our hearts.
Mm-hmm.
And if we would have actually had this stand, I think we beat Arkansas. But you know what? That doesn't matter. You know why? Because we still won. We still won a ring, and we got a great story to tell. We were undefeated in regulation, but here is the play that doesn't count.
This is Hester coming left, play fake. They look for Hester. They go deep for Hester, and he's got it. To the 10, touchdown LSU.
Ineligible receiver, number 9, was not on the end line of scrimmage, went downfield on the offense. That's a 5-yard penalty. Repeat second down.
Look at both.
Early down.
Right
Hold on,
there on the line of scrimmage. It's very
Go
clear.
back a little bit.
The inside receiver should be back off the ball.
Dude, I'm sorry. That was bad body language by me, too.
I had no idea that was in the fourth quarter.
I heard a little bit.
The game's over if that.
Tie game. Fourth
Can
quarter.
you pull? Can you still that where I was looking at early right there? My bad, early.
You have right there. You have Jay Cutler level body language. Bad body language, Jay.
I had Jimbo practice body language.
Oh my gosh! I mean, but just one step back.
The last game of the season, like those happen early on.
That's all right.
Hurts the heart.
Yeah, we don't think about that play still. 18 years later. 18 years ago, by the way, Bub.
No, I don't believe that.
Yeah,
that's not.
That's how math works. All right.
18 years.
Oh, look at the body. Hands on the hip. Is that Karen Flynn? Look at that.
Is that Karen Flynn?
I mean, you are so. Let me speak to your manager.
All right, come see me.
Matt still thinks about this.
Step him off.
During break, when I was looking like where the play is, he goes, "No, you got to flip it. We were going to the other end zone."
Yeah.
It's like we were going this
way.
I
knew too. I could have told you. I didn't know the fourth quarter, but I knew that we were going towards the north end zone.
Oh, man.
I did know that. Man, I mean, there is some fire behind those eyes.
I mean, you can't tell because the coverage apparently 18 years ago was so pixelated. It looks like it was a year after the earthquake game. Shout out.
If you played in the earthquake game, we're sorry. That was not a straight
that was
you.
not.
That was just trying to create a timeline.
The one before that one.
Exactly.
The 40s.
Exactly. But it's okay. Again, we lost that game. Sure. Will we ever get back losing our last game in Tiger Stadium? No. But we did win a natty. So
senior night.
Yeah. Is that the only game we lost? No. No, I lost two. I lost two in Tiger Stadium. Tennessee on a Monday night when we were up 21-0, and then this game. The only two we lost at home during my 4.
You know, it also took away from me.
Uh-oh.
Was being able to play against and beat the hell out of the school that I wanted to go to and didn't recruit me the next week. Tennessee.
You didn't? All right. I actually want to hit that. And we got Scott Tolzien, Saints quarterback coach, joining us in about 15 minutes from now. So we still got a lot coming your way. Stay locked in here with us. It is OTB.
Off the bench.
Matt, what's better than one Dos Equis?
Dos Equis.
Exactly. One in each hand.
Yes.
You know that. Tailgating this weekend for the LSU game. Great time.
Dos Equis.
By the pool, maybe.
Amber or lager?
Weekend.
In amber or
it
lager?
doesn't matter. You can be versatile. Not a one-trick pony here, just like Dos Equis isn't either. That's why we got both right here on the desk.
Oh, my God.
It really is, man. It's heating up. We all know that. And if you're cutting grass, if you're by the pool, if you're right now listening to us on the beach, because you're already on vacation. I'd argue there's not a better time for a beer than a beach beer.
Cool.
But no matter
I would
where
say
you're
it's
at,
a tailgate beer.
Little Dos Equis is always going to be the right answer.
Yeah. Drink Dos Equis. I'm like, ever since I've been like an adult, a post-college adult, Dos Equis has been my beer. Like, that's not lip service. Go get you some cold limes, cut them, put them right in the top right there. Go for Dos this weekend. Super Regionals, baby. Go for Dos.
You gotta believe in a dream. Believe. You gotta believe in a dream. Believe. You gotta believe. My whole team on wild.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief. Our clients come first.
At Luva, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
At Sunshine, we know what you see when you look at your land. Where others may see dirt, you see the foundation you've built your life on. This, it's hallowed ground. It's past, present, and future. We're proud to provide quality John Deere equipment to help you maintain the land you love. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
From players to legends, Hester and Flynn break down LSU football like only champions can.
No space to rent in this town.
You mentioned getting knocked out of the Arkansas game. What was the actual injury? Shoulder?
AC joint. Sprained AC joint.
Soft.
I still got a big old, you might be able to see it.
All right.
Big old hump.
It's
a gift. We call it a gift from the football gods.
It does actually look ugly.
Actually, the high ankle
big
sprain
hump.
I got too. I still have like a little swollen puffiness on the outside.
That's buddy. That's not going to
It's a
work
gift
here.
from the goal.
We heard that you had fat ankles in high school already.
Okay, yeah, I didn't even put that together. But
yeah, we already heard that. So you saying you got it then, it's fine. Fat ankles. But you weren't in the Tennessee game, and man, oh man. And shout out to look, Ryan came in and he certainly did some big things, and we put in a lot of plays for that game because the offense had to change. There was things Ryan couldn't do that you did, and so we put in some ISO runs. We put in speed option out of the gun. Even I was back there. One of the big hits I had in that game was from a speed option. So we were doing things that were not conventional to what we had done in the past. But, oh boy, I'll never forget. He came into the huddle, and that man caught a play from, I guess, his high school days and where he played high school. Is he East St. John? I think he's East St. John, right? Perilou. He caught a play, and me and Sean are in as like regular personnel. We're like, that doesn't exist. It's not in our playbook. No, what are you doing? Because everybody's like looking like, what? Sean is pretty funny, the fullback. Sean says, no. What do you? And he's like, and Ryan in the play clock's click. Sean's like, what are we trying to run here? And like Ryan kind of explains it. Sean actually calls the play in the huddle. The fullback. Now Sean, brilliant. I mean,
really smart guy.
Biology major, and was going to go be a doctor before. He's like, no, I want to go hit people in the face for a living and be a UFC heavyweight. But he had to finish the play call. And I do think, though, that like that moment, Ryan did kind of like snap back. Okay, calm. Let me.
It's a big environment.
I can be in charge. It's SEC championship game. Yeah, right? This is second start because he started against Middle Tennessee.
Some would say it's as nerve-wracking as doing your first live read.
Nah.
Live read's worse.
It's not.
There you go. He gets it.
Yeah.
My guy Jonathan Zenon. Let's go.
A shout out to
Shout out.
That was a fun game. I really, really enjoyed it.
It was not fun at all. I hated it.
It was fun for me. We put in a lot of plays that week that were different.
Eric Ainge and the boys.
And we played, full disclosure, we played incredibly loose because we didn't think we had a chance to get back in it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
To get back in the game.
So it was all like, hey, let's just go out here and win the damn SEC.
And we knew we should win the game. Like we were favored.
But we were like, it is what it is. We blew our chance.
Ooh, was that the Michigan Miles rumors game?
Yeah, you and I were sitting there watching the TV together.
Yeah.
And we're like, wait a minute. This is way before Twitter. MySpace was the only place in Facebook where you had social media, but you weren't breaking news there. You were just trying to get these songs up on MySpace and get your top friends list going.
Friends with Tom.
You weren't breaking news. We're sitting there watching TV together, and it's like, breaking news. Here comes Les Miles, going to be the Michigan head coach. We're like,
and it wasn't just breaking. It was Kirk Herbstreit.
Yeah, on game day.
On game day, talking about it. So it's like, well, I mean, he's not just spitting rumors out here.
But if you'll remember this, you and I had a conversation, and I'll never forget it. We said, I don't think it's true, because if it was, I think if any players knew, you and I would know. Mm-hmm. He would have told us before it got out. Mm-hmm. And we believe that. I don't know if that's true. I don't know if that's just us,
Let us live our life.
Having
our beliefs
in our coach. But we were like, if he would have done this, I feel like he would have given us two a heads up. Because we were close with Coach.
Right.
We had, the Unity Council. We meet with him all
you would
time.
have thought. Sometimes those coaching moves, things happen. Things do happen fast. I mean, it could have been like a phone call at midnight the night before, where they were like made an agreement in principle or something. I mean, where there's smoke, there's fire. So like something was happening. There was some conversations, or he wouldn't have come out and like debunked it so emphatically. You believe there was some there was conversation.
Yeah, there was something. There was something.
Kirk just didn't pull it out of his.
No. I mean, Herbie's, like the standard of college
and he's
football
not in
media.
the business. He's not in the business like breaking news either.
No.
Right?
No. He had somebody that had really good information, but it didn't get to the finish line, which happens all the time.
Which we might have to thank Kirk for that.
Yeah, true. He might have been gone. Like Marcus Freeman was almost a defensive coordinator at LSU. Right. And I remember I went on there. I was like, look, this is not in the end zone. It's like on the goal line. And I would not say, even though like people that I was talking with said, no, it's in the end zone. I'm like, nope, no, it's on the goal line. Until like there was it was far down the road. Like there was things that were ready to be pushed out there to social media with his graphic and his logo but it didn't finish. That happens. Happens all the time.
Yep. Like looking back on that, it was, obviously he wasn't going to take the job if he knew we were going to be in the national championship. Like he wouldn't have entertained it.
Yeah.
And he might not have entertained. We're speculating here. Because like you said, even the players thought going in, we got no shot. I mean, we lost our shot. We were number one. We've been like number one like 9 times this year. Which we still, and to this day, I still think that was the craziest, most unpredictable year in college football history because of so many people that I don't remember how you can look at the list. It's like 8 different number ones, like 12 different numbers. It was like a huge number of that list, that top 10 list, just fluctuating.
Yep.
Day in or week in, week out. But do you think, like, if Kirk doesn't come out, we don't talk about that. If Kirk doesn't come out on game day and say it, does Miles have like the incentive?
Yeah.
Or does he keep it like close to close to his chest there and kind of hold that information? If there was information to hold.
Yeah, it could have changed that game day for sure. And if we don't win that game, we certainly don't win a national championship. And, well, those things last forever.
You know what?
You and I still benefit from those.
It's fun to, take a trip down and speculate. But it doesn't matter because we beat that ass.
That we did. Certainly, like, Ohio State. Like, we could have played the 72 Dolphins. Wouldn't have mattered that day because y'all let us back in. We're going to find a way.
Let us in. Don't let us in. Don't let us in.
Don't let the kids get hot.
Kind of like LSU baseball.
That's not the segue I wanted to use as we go into Scott.
Damn it. I tried.
Yeah, it wasn't great.
Hey, we do. We got Scott Tolzien coming on the show. New Orleans Saints quarterback coach, my guy, my old teammate. And the absolute man, great dude. So introduce Scott Tolzien, the guy. We got a bona fide like quarterback competition right now. Introduce him to South Louisiana, Baton Rouge area.
Yep.
Just so you get to hear from him, meet him. He's not going to tell us like who the quarterback's going to be, so don't like sit there.
All right, you're running it. Send it to break.
Yeah, go to break.
Off the bench.
That was
I
not
did it.
great. No, you didn't. You did not. Go to break.
All
All right, go to trashrangers.com. Trashrangers.com. 225-363-9053 is the number. Give them a call. Tell them what you're looking for. Certainly, if you're trying to get a dumpster delivered to your home, to your business, hey, here's what I've got. Maybe it's a kitchen remodel. Maybe it's a bathroom remodel. Maybe you're doing like a whole home renovation, so you're going to need something certainly bigger. Well, they got 3 sizes to choose from. You let them know what your project is. And again, they're going to be able to help you out, make sure you have the right size dumpster on your project. So you can go to the website, trashrangers.com, or always pick up the phone, give them a call, have that conversation, 225-363-9053.
Good people, hassle-free. Let them help. It doesn't matter what you're doing. If you're cleaning out the attic, it's been 10 years since you've cleaned it out. If your kids are older, not playing, if you're cleaning, call them for a roll-off dumpster. That's trashrangers.com, 225-363-9053.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared toward seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
Men, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
Tigers turn talkers. This is Off the Bench.
Welcome back off the bench. 9:30 hour here. We got a great guest right now. The brand new New Orleans Saints quarterback coach, my former teammate. And one heck of a guy.
I told you, our former teammate.
You can't even remember when,
You keep trying to
though.
steal. 2011, San Diego Chargers. You keep trying to steal valor from me over here.
Anyway, Scott Tolzien, thanks for joining, buddy.
Well, there was a long tenure on the Chargers there, Jacob, wasn't it?
Hey, it doesn't matter. Hey, I
That
remember
was the quickest cup of coffee I've had in my life.
I know. Hey, but you did, though,
What a
for
good
like a couple tutters and like over 300 yards in the preseason.
Long time ago. You know what was disappointing, guys, was I was expecting Pearl Jam to be the lead in music, but
I know. Well,
instead we went the elevator music.
I can't get them on board. But hey, Scott, so I thought it'd be great for you to come on this morning because like the Louisiana crowd, Baton Rouge crowd, South Louisiana, all over Louisiana, like we want to introduce you to them because I know you. We go back, great dude. But before we get into that, we got an amazing, one of the best, greatest quarterback highlights in NFL history. I wanted to play for our viewers right now. Cue it up.
Tolzien. Look at the moves of Tolzien. Touchdown.
Scott, the spin move master, dude.
You know what the best part about that was? You'll appreciate this, Matt. I don't know if you remember. You remember how they had like that whole town like comes together on Lambeau on game day, right? And like, like the security people that have the yellow jackets on, and it's like people that have been grandfathered in for like 50 years, Lambeau Field. So it's like a bunch of senior citizens that run like the field security there.
Sure.
So like for real. So I always remember this. So I score the touchdown or whatever, and you're kind of just in la la land, and then like Coon's like, "You got to go jump, man. You got to do the leap, whatever." So you're like, "Oh hell yeah, let's do it," you know. So you trot over the wall, and this wall is like huge. You're like, oh crap, like totally underestimated this. So like I'm jumping up there, like I can't get up. Like this security person starts coming over here, and I've literally got like this 80-year-old grandpa like boosting me on the freaking wall,
pushing you up.
Like an all-time moment. You're like, oh my god, this just went from really sweet to really awkward.
And you knew at that point, like the following week, Aaron was going to have it on the highlight film for the team meeting as well. Like the bad Lambeau leap. So yeah, always got. But you know, like a Lambeau, you get to this wall, and you see people.
It's like an 8-foot wall.
Like Jordy makes it look easy. He just hops up there and like casually lands. But you get there, and you're like, oh boy, I don't got it. I ain't got
Did you get a leap in your?
I got a leap. I got a leap against the Vikings.
Same game?
No, not same game.
Okay.
A couple weeks, same year though. Like the one couple weeks later.
I want to say it might have been 11. It might have been before that. Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty wild. So Scott, talk to us. New Orleans Saints. So tell us how all this came about. So you started coaching when you got done playing. So you played 7 years in the NFL, right?
Played 7. Right place at the right time for 7 years. Basically, a lot of good people or whatever. And then long story short is I did a gig at Wisconsin as an analyst. So my offensive coordinator and quarterback coach was Paul Christ.
Yep.
And then he ended up becoming the head coach of Wisconsin. So I was like, hey, thinking about this coaching thing, you got any advice for me? And he's like, well, if it ever interests you, like I got an analyst job where you kind of get your feet wet part-time. I was like, hell yeah, that's perfect. So I did that for a year. I'd always stayed in touch with Coach McCarthy from the playing days, stayed in touch with him. And then when he got the Dallas job, he hit me up and was like, hey, you know, like pretty much all my spots are filled, but I do got one like quality control / like ops job. If you want to get your foot in the door at this level. I was like, hell yeah. Like we had just had our first daughter, so we were getting ready to get a house. So the timing was perfect. So we went down there in 2020. And like the crazy part about that is like I take this job and you're doing like ops stuff, like helping out with practice schedules, stuff I'd never done. Like you're on Excel multiple hours a day. And then this crazy thing called COVID comes along and you're like, oh, great. Like not only is it first year doing operations stuff, I have no clue what I'm doing. Now you've got like memos coming into the league on the hour, like tweaking rules. So needless to say, that year was hell, but you also grow a lot from it. That was back in 2020, and now I'm first year with the Saints, so year 6 of coaching.
And when you got to Dallas, well, first of all, when you took the job in Dallas with Mike McCarthy, like I was shocked 0%. Like I always knew that you had that work ethic, that mindset of like you loved breaking down the game, you loved the film room, you loved everything about it. So like it didn't surprise me at all that you went into coaching. I was like, well, this guy's going to end up being a really, really great coach. And then when you went down to Dallas, I believe Kellen Moore was already there. Is that right?
Yep. Yeah, exactly. So Kellen's a year younger than me. Obviously we knew each other just from the college football circuit or whatever, but was crossed over with Kellen for my first 3 years, and actually Doug Nussmeier as well. So was with those three guys for 3 years in Dallas. And then when Kellen got the job here, he offered to me. We'd obviously stayed in touch. We have a lot in common, just age, where we are in life with families and football and whatnot. So, so we're reunited with him and Nuss, and it's been a really good thing so far. I mean, it's the honeymoon phase. That's how this thing works right now. So everything's sweet right now. We haven't lost. We're 0-0.
There we go.
That's right. Scott, in your playing days, you had a chance to really be around some all-time quarterbacks, and you start your career with Phillip Rivers there in San Diego, and then you go to Alex Smith and Aaron Rodgers, and Flynn's obviously there with you in Green Bay, and then you get to Indy and Andrew Luck's there. Like when you're around guys like that, is there things that you picked up that when you became a quarterback coach, when you became a leader of that room, like you kind of implement some of those things that you learned from being around some of the best quarterbacks?
Dude, you brought up I think about that all the time. And like, that's one tangible thing I try to share with my quarterbacks. Like, I was lucky to play 7 years, but, didn't play a whole lot, did way more standing on the sidelines than playing. So, but like what I do is like, man, one thing I am good at is I'm really good at observing. So I got to observe, like you said, like 2 Hall of Famers. Luck was on the fast track to potentially be a Hall of Famer. Like I was gifted this opportunity to be around a lot of really good football players, and Dak as well was the MVP runner-up 2 years ago. So like you get to see a lot of these different styles, and like you see what's similar and what's different between the guys, and that's super valuable to draw on and like share those experiences with. I think there's a natural draw when you're a young quarterback to like, oh, how do the greats do? Like, how did Aaron Rodgers do things? And it's fun to be able to share some of the things that you observed about how they were. And like speaking to that point, that was one thing when my first 2 years was in San Francisco. My rookie year was the same rookie year as Colin Kaepernick. They drafted him in the second round.
Oh yeah.
So they had Alex Smith and Colin Kaepernick. And then I was the undrafted guy after I got cut in San Diego. And then, so we go to the Super Bowl the second year, and then I get cut, go to Green Bay. And like the one thing I learned from Matt and Aaron, I was going to share this, like, just because it was huge for my career, is like, you can still have fun and joke around playing the game and still be productive. Sometimes there's a stigma when you're a quarterback, you got to be serious all the time, and like you're the captain of the ship, and you are, but you can still have a great time doing it. And like, felt like I played the best football of my career there because I was loose and having fun and enjoying it.
Yeah, I think that's one stigma that gets put on the quarterback position. You got to be serious, first one in, first one out, which is all true. You have to be able to like turn it on and off.
You got to be relatable to your teammates.
You got to be. I mean, I was around so many greats, just like Scott's talking about, and there's no one way to skin a cat. There's greats that did it that way. There's greats that didn't. But Scott, you bring up like such a good, valuable point from like a backup perspective, because you have to be able to observe, because you don't get the reps. So if you can't observe and apply what you're seeing the great ones do or the person in front of you do, you don't have a chance to make it. And of course, you had a 7-year NFL career, so you were really good at doing that and being able to implement and taking advantage of your spot. So from your observation, being able to observe and apply, I got to think it helps you from the coaching level, because you get to observe and you're applying it in like a teaching way now. So you're observing like what makes people good, what works, the footwork, the tone of voice, what we're doing. Like those are all things you had to do to maintain a job in the NFL, but now you get to do it and teach and be relatable to players. So I guess what is your, like, if you had to pick like one thing that you are, when your quarterbacks, talk about Scott Tolzien, like what is one thing that you like to implement with them or put on them and give them something to teach every single day?
That's a great question, first of all. And I think like one thing, that there's a feel to this position, right? It's the most interesting position in all sports, all the main four sports. Like I'm no different. I do draft evals and guys too, and it's just it's a total inexact science on which guys pan out and which guys do and don't. But so like I think there is an element of, I think it helps having played the position, just knowing, okay, what's not enough coaching and what's over coaching. Like there's totally a balance there, because you can't be a robot playing the position, but yet there is a discipline to the position that needs to be adhered to. And like I do believe in like having disciplined footwork. Like that's a big thing for me. Some of it comes to because that's how I had to play the game, so there's a natural bias there. Like I didn't have the biggest arms, so you had to be right with your feet so that things synced up on time. I think that's probably one of the things I'm a little bit of a stickler on is footwork, but yet, there's like, as you know, Matt, like there's feels to, how you throw a 20-yard dig versus how I throw a 20-yard dig. Like there is variation in your feet. And so you got to be able to work with your quarterbacks too, and allow for that variation. But, those are some of the things like, hey, quarterback being able, like you can kind of weed out the BS in a meeting room when they're like, hey, I didn't see this guy. Well, sometimes that is real. Like the fans from the sky or from the TV camera might see a shallow cross running wide open, but they didn't realize that like the 3 technique overset and was getting edged, and the quarterback really didn't have vision to him for that split second that he was going through his regression. And I think that's all relevant stuff.
Scott, one of the things that, we've talked about with the quarterback room that you're going to be leading there, it's obviously a young quarterback room. You got a rookie and you got a second-year player. You got a third-year player. You don't have like a 10-year player in there, which, most of us, when we've been in these rooms with quarterbacks, there's always like one older guy. So when you have a younger room like that, do you change anything that you go about, like in the day-to-day? Like, is there anything that's different? You just came where you were coaching Dak Prescott, and Dak now you look up and he's certainly a veteran in the NFL. Anything different when you got a young quarterback room?
I think you do teach the 101 level first, and that's not a bad thing. The worst thing in this game is when things are assumed. The old adage, assume makes an ass out of you and me, and like I do think there's truth to that. So if anything, like just teaching stuff at the 101 level, it's just nothing's assumed. And then it goes hand in hand with the fact that we're a first-year operation. So like I'm learning stuff too on the fly, right? So I tell the quarterbacks all the time, like the best thing we can do is all have dialogue. There's nothing worse than a quiet room, because I really feel like there are no dumb questions. Like the question that you might have actually might be a question that I have as a coach, you know? And the best questions always come through the quarterbacks anyways. Like when you're in a staff meeting, there's stuff that you don't think about until a quarterback mentions it. It's like, oh yeah, like, let's find an answer, or maybe there is a simpler way to do this thing. And so I'm just like 101 level, but let's have dialogue and let's mold this thing how we want to.
All right, Scott. We actually have like a real bona fide like QB competition happen. So I really just kind of want you to break down like the player, how they've responded to OTAs, getting ready for minicamp next week. Like I don't want to ask you about like the competition and where they're at on anything, but like just tell me about you got the young guy. Shuck just got drafted. Rattler coming off of a year where he played a lot, had some unfair disadvantages that he dealt with during that, but showed some moments. Like how are those guys responding to this competition, and kind of like what's their rotation like? I mean, quarterback competitions could be so different from team to team, and the head coach's philosophy. Like
sure, these guys they've all been awesome to start. Yeah, I really appreciated their approach and just who they are as teammates. It's been really natural. So, and then at the same time, like we don't have the pads on right now, so we're like you just know everything changes when that comes on. So like you're quick to be like, hey, let's not overanalyze things right now. Let's truly develop guys. I think that's where we're at right now, and I love that part about it. Like, let's just develop guys, and let's not get caught up in the competition of it. Let's just put our best foot forward, coaching to our best ability, and let things marinate. Rather than making abrupt, impulsive decisions. But like they've all handled it like champs, and it's been a really fun group to be around. And I've appreciated that from them.
Yeah, and the development part is it can be challenging. It can be tricky. I mean, it's a numbers game too when you're trying to develop and actually have some sort of competition of young quarterbacks, because you only get so many reps in practice. So the way a coaching staff can handle that from a development standpoint is tricky, and there's not like one way to skin that cat either. But
totally. Hey, were you a part of like I know Coach McCarthy always used to talk about quarterback school, and like that was a foreign concept to us because like I was part of the new CBA, and it's like it's totally changed the development of the league. But like I've heard stories about how
three QB schools.
Yeah, that's when was that? Back in like March.
So I was it was off season right before like OTA started, and it was tough. It was a tough workout.
Yeah,
like when I train quarterbacks every now and then, like I put them through what that QB school used to be, which is awesome. But yeah, hey Scott, we really do, man. We really appreciate your time. We know you're busy, especially this time. Louisiana, we got a good one here. We got a good coaching staff. A lot to be excited about. Scott, thank you for your time, buddy.
Appreciate you guys having me.
Yeah, appreciate it. Scott Tolzien, good enough to join us here on OTB. That was a lot of fun, man. And, I knew from a short period of time, knowing him, being his teammate, man, he was going to do big things. You're right. Like one of those guys like, yep, you're going to be a coach. That is what you were brought here for.
You're going to be a damn good coach.
Right. And so, man, Saints fans should be very excited. You could tell, like, in his answers, how in-depth and what it's going to look like. And I think the right guy's going to win the job, whoever that might be. So, certainly appreciate his time.
Yeah, that was great.
Good job, bud.
What?
Getting him on the show. That was you.
Oh, Scott's a good dude.
Yeah, I mean, you got him on the show.
Great A human.
Look at you. I mean, leading interviews. Well done, sir. All right, let's take our last break of the week. Get a little Ask the Bench when we come back here on OTB.
Off the bench.
Guess who's going to be at Rouse's today? 11-1.
Your boys.
We'll be there. We'll be hanging out right there. The one off of Burbank and Lee. We'll be there. Come hang out. Come see us. Again, we'll be there 11-1. And remember, they got all those great specials going on, like from now until June the 11th. Stock up on that 24-ounce pack of Wright bacon for just $8.99. And let's be honest, bacon makes everything better. And like I told you yesterday, King Curtis would approve with that message.
King Curtis?
Yep.
Rouse's
bacon is
Market.
good for me.
Rouse's Market. Everybody, we got one right next to us. Rouse's are everywhere. They're great. Here in Louisiana, we love them. Got everything. Rouse's Markets.
They got my high.
They do got my high. They're running specials all the time. Got that bacon. Got that beef.
And they got us, OTB,
they got
out
us.
there. 11-1. Let's go. Come see us. Holler at your boys.
These ice cubes could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they cradle and cool the crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Nicely done, ice cubes.
Baton Rouge's home for real rock. It's Eagle 98.1. Foo Fighters. Led Zeppelin. AC/DC. Pearl Jam. And the flagship home for LSU sports. Take us anywhere with the Eagle 98.1 app. Eagle 98.1 is the rock station.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief. Our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
At Sunshine, we know what you see when you look at your land. Where others may see dirt, you see the foundation you've built your life on. This, it's hallowed ground. It's past, present, and future. We're proud to provide quality John Deere equipment to help you maintain the land you love. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Looking for the ultimate game day experience? Come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Savor game day platters and snacks, plus drink specials at 1717 Kitchen and Cocktail. So come out for game day and let our team make you the MVP. The Queen Casino, where every moment is a win.
...2007 champs, purple and gold to the core. This is Off the Bench with Hester and Flynn. Baton Rouge's go-to for all things Louisiana sports.
I love gold!
The keeper. I say that every time.
And they say I lost my only friend. Jacob Dillon, lead singer of the Wallflowers. His father is?
Bob.
I knew you knew it.
That was an easy one.
He didn't know it.
There's no way you didn't know that.
There's no way he did know it. Ask
Father
the
of AJ.
bench. Favorite summer road trip? The next one.
Corpus Christi.
Your face.
Corpus Christi.
What?
I love a road trip to Corpus Christi,
All
Texas.
right.
Yeah, let's go.
I love going to Shreveport.
Good little drive.
That's the only vacation I ever
Like
used to know back in my life.
Oh, that's
kids.
true. I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Get your swim trunks. We're going to the water
We're
park.
going to Watertown, baby.
Smells like poo.
This was on the Corpus Christi playlist.
Hey.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, no doubt.
Ask the bench. Who was that one teammate at LSU that you knew had your back when things went down?
There's a lot.
Sean Jordan. Sean Jordan. I could call Sean right now. I'd be like, hey, there's somebody up at this studio that's acting crazy. I'm going to need you.
But they don't want
And
that either.
He would get here ASAP.
Will Arnold's my guy.
Will's another one. And
Ride
those two
or die.
together,
Foxhole.
when Will and Sean get together, don't be somebody that makes them mad.
Don't do something stupid.
Especially if we had a couple cold pops.
He's just big. That's all. He ain't got a hand out.
We get Sean Jordan to preview UFC 318 next month.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I'll have
Let's
Sean
go.
there.
Let's
Sean,
get Sean
if you're
in there.
listening, come sit in. I'll just text you. But, if you're listening right now, because everybody's listening, just come on in.
Hey, great week, boys.
Great week.
And girls.
First week in the books. Let's go.
Foxhole, Wolfpack.
We'll see you next week. Same time, same place.
Off the bench.
Sports.
He made it 5 for 5. Will he make it next week 5 for 5? No. He's going out of town.
Well, no.
KTOZBlinds.com. K to Z Interiors and Outdoor Living. Been doing it since 2004. And as we've laid out today on the show, 2004 was a very long time ago. And you don't last that long in this business unless you're doing things right. And Brandon Barton and the team do a lot of things right. In fact, I'll go as far as say they do everything right. Interior, outdoor living does not matter. Sometimes it's going to take care of both. That's what that motorized screen does for me. It's going to do it for you. My dad installed one because he saw ours at our house. Brandon and the team did us a solid, went up to Shreveport and did it because they're like, that's who we are. We're going to take care of our customers. KTOZBlinds.com.
Yeah, K to Z Interiors and Outdoor Living. They got a brand new, beautiful website. Go check them out at K2ZBlinds.com. See how they can help you this summer.
It's not just a game, it's a religion. You've got your team colors, team swag, and now your very own website. LouisianaSports.net. Everything LSU, Saints, and Pelicans. Sports on demand. In-depth coverage by sports writing pros with continuously updated news. And with the LouisianaSports.net newsletter, you get pinged directly with top trending stories. Best of all, now and always, no paywall. It's free. LouisianaSports.net. Powered by 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. Your home for Louisiana sports.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic